information. Call by the country half an hour information.
Team USA, please come and take your seats.
सर आप उनको फोकस करो, वो जो आप उन्हों कॉल करते हैं, बच्चे लोग ज्वाइन होते हैं, उनको फोकस करो.
ओके ओके.
Team Germany, please come in and take your seats. Team Germany, please come and take your seats. Team United Kingdom, please come and take your seats. Team France, please come and take your seats. Team India, please come and take your seats.
Team Australia, please come and take your seats. Team China, please come and take your seat. Team Japan, please come and take your seats. Team Ukraine, please come and take your seat. Lastly, Team Russia, come and take your seat. Good morning, Honorable Chairperson, esteemed dignitaries, delegates, and fellow students. I am Hime from grade 9, and it is with great enthusiasm that I serve as your host for today's Model United Nations event.
And I am Anam from grade 9. We are thrilled to invite you all to this historic moment where we will discuss, debate, and find solutions to some of the world's most pressing issues.
Before we start, let's take a moment welcoming our honored guests. Let's join hands in welcoming our chairperson, Mr. Shivam Kore sir, and our jury, Ms. Nazneen Sheikh. Our distinguished dignitaries, Sayyid sir, E-Techno R&D head for Maharashtra, Central Office dignitaries, Vandana ma'am TL for Maharashtra and Rajasthan, Naveen sir, Arun sir, Funny sir, and all our respected DGMs, principals, VPs, coordinators, teachers, and all our delegates.
It is a great honor to have you with us today, and we are sincerely grateful for your presence.
Now, let us proceed with the lamp lighting ceremony. I request all the dignitaries to kindly perform the lighting of lamp. This ceremony symbolizes the illumination of knowledge and spark of diplomacy that will guide us throughout this event. I request all the dignitaries to kindly be seated.
It is a pleasure to introduce our chairperson, Mr. Shivam Kore sir, and our esteemed jury member, Ms. Nazneen ma'am. Shivam Kore sir, he has been the vice chair of WHO in the Indian MUN Delhi in the year 2022. Sir has been the club president of Ryan MUN in the year 2021 and 22. Sir has chaired 15 conferences, state and national conferences, and has trained 600 plus delegates since 2020. He is the recipient of numerous awards. The Outstanding Delegate Award, Oxford MUN 2024, Best Delegate Award, Mumbai MUN 2023, Best Delegate Award, JBCN MUN 2023. We are honored to have you with us today, sir. Ms. Nazneen Sheikh is a seasoned education professional with 16 years of extensive experience in the education department. She has contributed her expertise to reputed institutions such as Vibgyor High, NL Dalmia High School, RBK, 7 Square Academy, and 711 Scholastic School. Holding a master's degree in English along with B.Ed, D.Ed, and ECC.Ed and a specialized preschool management course. Ms. Sheikh is highly skilled in academic leadership, curriculum development, and holistic student engagement. Her dedication to fostering innovative teaching practices and nurturing young minds has solidified her reputation as a distinguished educator and mentor. We are honored to have you with us today, ma'am. Requesting chairperson and jury member to please come forward. Please give them a huge round of applause. Ms. Nazneen ma'am and Shivam Kore sir. Delegates, please give them a huge round of applause.
We are very grateful to have the juries who have come here to guide us through the discussions, provide valuable feedback, and assist us in navigating complexities of international diplomacy.
Let me quickly brief you about the modern United Nations. It is a simulation of the United Nations wherein students such as ourselves convene to deliberate on global issues and seek solutions. Today, we will be discussing some critical agendas that encompass a wide range of issues from technology to peace and security. We will discuss the intricacies involved in each issue, deliberate and work together to find creative solutions. Let's begin our first round. Each country will have 5 minutes to present their topic.
Our first agenda is technology, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Delegates from USA and Germany are called to rise and discuss your respective topic. Beginning with Team USA. Please rise and discuss your topic.
Driving innovation. Hello? Driving innovation, building infrastructure, advancing technology, and strengthening industry. The future starts now at the United States of America. Good morning, Honorable Chair, esteemed guests, and distinguished delegates. I am Aisha Kundal, Delegate of USA. Today, I will be discussing how significant growth is seen in USA. Industrial growth remains strong through is experiencing significant growth across multiple sectors. Industrial growth remains strong, sustained by investments alongside a rise in the manufacturing output, despite some setbacks in industrial production. In the innovation front, the US ranks third globally and is experiencing certain increases. The US ranks third globally with notable increases in R&D investments, especially in manufacturing. Our technology sectors contributes nearly $2 trillion to GDP and employs millions of jobs to each and every citizen of USA each year. However, our sector of infrastructure is facing some certain challenges reported by the ASCE. To overcome them, the bipartisan infrastructure law allocates $1.2 trillion and to modernize climate infrastructure technology, resulting in over 60,000 projects. Thank you.
Good morning, honorable dignitaries and distinguished delegates. I am Partha, a proud delegate of USA. At the flash of light, Apollo 11 rocket escalated into the space, defying the gravity's grip in 1969, as Neil Armstrong took first step into the moon and planted the first ever footprint on the moon. Isn't it incredible? That's just a glimpse of USA's technology. Silicon Valley, the global hub of innovation, gave birth to Apple, Microsoft, and Google companies. However, the challenges remains. The growing era of artificial intelligence gave many concerns like job displacement, ethical problems, and biases in AI system. In response, the US system has included initiative acts like National AI Initiative Act, which promotes and standardizes technical problems in USA to make the AI more safe, secure, and ethically designed. Also, it provides education, certification, and training to the workers to make them wholesome workforce skilled. And also, they keep interests of USA and promote international standards. Thank you.
A very good morning, Honorable Chair, esteemed guests and distinguished delegates. I am Minshika Sinha, a proud delegate of USA. The US industry is currently experiencing a GDP growth of 3.1% in the third quarter of 2024, driven by consumer spending and Hollywood. However, manufacturers face some significant challenges like supply chain disruptions, regulatory compliance, rising costs, environmental regulation, and a need for skilled labor. To address these challenges, some potential solutions could be investments in digital infrastructure and workforce training alongside embracing automation. Additionally, government policies are also very essential. For example, the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 focuses on reducing carbon emissions from the industries, and the Chips and Science Act of 2022 focuses on boosting the semiconductor producing industry and promote research and development. Additionally, fostering partnerships between educational institutes and industries can help to bridge the skills gap and ensure a steady supply of qualified workers. Thank you.
A very good morning, honorable jurists, distinguished delegates, and dear guests. I am Ms. Shilpa Mishra, delegate of USA. I am going to represent it. Today, we stay in the nation built on innovation. From Thomas Edison lighting up our nights to introduce modern reform technology, the US has been spotlight of creativity and progress. Innovation isn't a word, it's a mindset. As we are facing challenges like climatic change, cybersecurity threats, and adapting to a rapidly evolving global landscape, the US must ensure that its innovation ecosystem remains inclusive, accessible, and sustainable for all the citizens. To address these challenges, the solution lies in collaboration. The government, private sectors, and academic institutions must work together to ensure proper investment in education, particularly in STEAM fields, and provide reskilling programs to the workforce. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates. I am Tusha Pal, proudly representing the United States of America. The US infrastructure is a key driver for our economic prosperity. Through initiatives like Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, we are rebuilding 20,000 miles of roads, repairing 46,000 bridges, and providing broadband access to 30 million Americans, creating 2 million jobs annually. According to infrastructure reports, our infrastructure is graded as C-. So to overcome these challenges, we propose resolutions focusing on green innovation to transition to renewable energy and equitable access for all, promoting strong public-private partnerships to maximize efficiency and investment. Together, we are not just rebuilding infrastructure, we are creating a future that is sustainable and ready so that the world is ready for the generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Team USA. Can we have a huge round of applause for Team USA? We now call all the delegates of Germany to call up and discuss the same agenda.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates. I am Ovyashri.
I'm Anvesha.
I am Bhargavi.
I'm Pranjal.
And I am Srishti.
It's a great honor to stand before you as a proud representative of our country, Germany, in this prestigious MUN conference. As we have gathered here, we are proud to focus on SDG 9, that is Industry, Innovation, Infrastructure and Technology, a critical pillar of sustainable development. Germany has been a leader in fostering innovations, developing resilient infrastructure, and driving industrial transformation. Some key current affairs in Germany with focus on SDG 9. Germany's green transformation. Our country's government has been focusing on expanding wind, solar, and hydrogen technologies while modernizing its grid infrastructure to accommodate these challenges, basically aiming to shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources. Digitalization of industry and economy. Industry 4.0 initiatives are transforming factories, improving efficiency, and creating new economic opportunities. Germany's role in Green Deal. European Union Green Deal. Germany, as a leading UE member, has been playing a significant role in European Union while decarbonizing factories, improving efficiency of factories, also ensuring sustainable growth. German economy and recession fears. Our country's government has been facing challenges in these recent months. Struggling with inflation, energy supply issues, economic slowdowns are the major key factors happening in our country. Our country's government has been focusing on taking measures to ensure the sustainable growth while keeping in contact with the sustainable innovations in this time is a priority. Now, I would like my fellow delegate Anvesha to throw some light on her topic, innovation and technology.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and respected delegates.
Can you hear me all? Yeah. As we are marking you all on individual basis also, before starting your speeches, just announce your names, right? And if you're passing the mic to someone else, just don't tell their name. Only you tell your name in the starting. Hi, I'm the delegate of this country and my name is this, and then begin your speech, correct? Don't announce your names in groups. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and respected delegates. I'm Anvesha, a delegate from Germany representing the agenda, technology and innovation. Germany has long been a leader in technology and innovations worldwide, with a focus on engineering, manufacturing and sustainability. Recent developments which have taken place in this agenda in our country include AI. Our country has been investing in AI to become a leader in the field and to use it for the benefits of the citizens and the environment. Our government has developed a national AI strategy and is planning to invest 5 billion euros in it by the year 2025. Cybersecurity. Our country has developed strong security guidelines for managing data and communications with the help of advanced encryption techniques and blockchain technologies. Quantum computing. Germany has partnered with IBM in bringing IBM's Quantum System 1 to the country. ORAN. Our country is a leader in adopting ORAN technology, which makes equipment more consistent. Germany has also made progress in other areas, such as renewable energy and electric mobility. Through these efforts, our country continues to remain as a leading hub for technological advancements and sustainable innovations. To conclude, while Germany does face some challenges in the form of startup ecosystems and sustainability in technology, we remain a leader in the fields of innovation, research and development and have a key focus on AI, green technologies and sustainable development. We look forward to collaborating with other countries to boost the innovation and technology sector worldwide.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and all the respected delegates present here. I am Bhargavi, a delegate of Germany representing the agenda infrastructure. Over the past few years, our country Germany has been able to make the most progress in infrastructure, which is sustainability, digitalization and modernizing transport networks. The key developments include energy transition. Our country has developed renewable energy, especially in wind and solar, looking to reach 80% of electricity from renewables in 2030. A focus on green hydrogen technology has also been on their agenda to decarbonize heavy industries. Digital infrastructure. Our country has fast-tracked the rollout of 5G networks and expanded high-speed internet, especially in rural areas. Smart city projects are also growing in cities like Berlin and Hamburg. Sustainable transportation. Our country has invested in electrifying its rail network, expanding vehicle infrastructure, and developing hydrogen-powered trains. Urbanization. Our country has also invested in affordable housing projects while cities are adopting sustainable urban design. Post-pandemic recovery. The government's recovery efforts have mainly focused on digital and green infrastructure to drive economic recovery and resilience. Our country's infrastructure development reflects its commitment to sustainability, innovation, and improving quality of life for its citizens. Our country is making strides in improving its infrastructure, focusing on sustainability, digitalization, and modernization. Despite challenges like digital gaps, aging infrastructure, and labor shortages, our country is investing in solutions to ensure more connected and efficient future. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and all the delegates and dignitaries present here. I am Pranjal, a delegate of Germany with the agenda Industries. Never before in the history of mankind has the pace of innovation and technological acceleration been faster than it is today. Germany has long been a global leader in innovation, technology, and infrastructure development. The country's strong economy emphasizes on research and development, and investment in modern infrastructure have contributed significantly to its position as an industrial powerhouse. Germany boasts a strong industrial base, renowned for its high-quality manufacturing and technological advancements. Key sectors include automotive, engineering, manufacturing, chemicals, and renewable energy. Germany's commitment to innovation is reflected in its robust research and development sector, which rank among the highest in the world. The country invests particularly in industries like automotive, engineering, and renewable energy. Notable innovations include advancements in EVs, electric vehicles, and Industry 4.0, the digital transformation of manufacturing, and AI research. Our country is home to global automotive giants like Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz, which are at the forefront of electric and autonomous development. The German government has been a major advocate for digitalization across industries for manufacturing of integrated smart technologies like Internet of Things and robotics. Current challenges faced by our country are global economic uncertainty. War in Ukraine and rising inflation pose challenges to the German economy. Supply chain disruptions. Supply chain issues worsened by the pandemic and geopolitical events have affected the logistics and productions of our industries. By addressing these challenges and capitalizing its strengths, our country Germany can continue to be a major player in the global economy. As it is said, no country can continue in a long term without a really strong and vibrant manufacturing base.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and all the delegates present here. My name is Srishti Chaudhary and I'm honored to be representing our country Germany as a delegate today. As we conclude our discussions, I will be summarizing the key points and presenting the topic of challenges and resolutions faced by our country. Let us dive into the challenges we face and the resolutions that can drive positive change. Challenges faced by our country and proposed resolutions. Outdated infrastructure. Germany is grappling with aging infrastructure that limits industrial growth and digital connectivity, creating bottlenecks in the economy. To migrate the effects of outdated infrastructure, our country should consider upgrading the infrastructure, investing in modernizing Germany's transport system and industrial facilities to boost productivity and ensure a smoother flow of goods and services. Energy transition cost. Shifting from fossil fuels to renewable energy is an expensive and complex process, which affects Germany's industries and economy. A potential resolution to this issue is investing in green energy, providing more incentives and support for renewable energy projects, helping industry that they could able to transition of sustainable energy without any significant financial strain. Technological gaps. Smaller businesses keep on struggling in advancements in the field of technology and innovation. A proposed resolution to this issue is supporting innovation, creating initiatives to help smaller business access new technologies and innovation, ensuring that all industries have tools to thrive. Global economic uncertainty. Fluctuating trade relations and economic instability make it harder for Germany to maintain its industrial strength and global competitiveness. A way to overcome this challenge is by building global partnerships, strengthening international cooperation to stabilize global trade, ensuring that Germany can thrive in an interconnected, rapidly changing world. In addressing these multifaceted challenges, Germany stands as a pivotal crossroads where decisive action and visionary leadership are imperative. By prioritizing innovative reforms, fostering sustainable industrial growth, and championing global collaboration, Germany can stand as a beacon of progress and resilience. Achieving SDG 9 is not merely a goal but a shared responsibility that demands an unwavering commitment and bold initiatives. Together, we have the power to transform challenges into opportunities and lay the foundation for enduring global development. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Germany. Can we have a huge round of applause?
Our next agenda is quality education and strong institutions. Delegates from France and UK are called to rise and discuss their respective topics. Requesting Team France to begin.
Viva per voyage et voyage per viva, meaning live to travel and travel to live. Yes, you guessed it right, dear audience. We are representing the delegation of France. Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates and distinguished guests, I am Sanskruti Joshi and we will talk about quality education and strong institutions along with the problems France faces and the solutions too. France, celebrated for its remarkable cultural heritage and unwavering commitment to human rights, stands as a global peace leader in promoting peace and security. France has certain constitutional rights which ensure education for every citizen, such as Article 34 and the 1946 Preamble. Alongside, France has a lot of reputed and notable institutions such as the Université Paris site, a leading university in clinical medicine, and Sorbonne University, renowned for art, science, and engineering. Institutions play a vital role in France as they operate most of their public funding and maintain international collaboration. In this rapidly evolving global landscape, France believes that strong institutions built on the foundations of equity and opportunity are essential to address the challenges of our time. So together, let us reaffirm for a more brighter and a more committable future for all. Thank you.
Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates, bonjour, I am Janvi Yadav representing France and I am here to reaffirm our commitment to SDG 4, ensuring quality education for all. France boasts a 98% enrollment rate for children aged 3 to 5 and a 99% youth literacy rate. Education in France is free, mandatory and structured across 4 stages: École maternelle, École élémentaire, college and lycée. As my fellow delegate Sanskruti rightly highlighted, Article 34 of the French Constitution guarantees free and secular public education. In 2023, France allocated 61.6 billion euros, 21% of its budget, to education. France, the 2015 Digital Plan for Education integrated over 380,000 devices into classrooms. As UNESCO's 4th largest contributor, France supports digital learning, supports rural digital access and teacher training. Yet, with over 244 million children out of school globally, France stands resolute in its mission to achieve inclusive and equitable education for all. Merci.
Bonjour, Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates. I'm Satvik, representing the French delegation, and today I'm going to speak about strong institutions. Strong institutions are the backbone for sustainable development and an integral part to achieve SDG 16, which aims to promote peace, security, and strong institutions. France proudly recalls its foundational role in establishing many democratic principles through the Declaration of Rights of Man and the Citizen in 1789. France's institutions, including the executive, the legislative, and an independent judiciary, are all reinforced by a constitutional council that ensures the rule of law. Decentralized local governments empower citizens while public bodies oversee vital sectors like healthcare, finance, and education. These governance structures together ensure efficiency, transparency, and accountability. On the global stage, France ranks among the top 10 for transparency. In 2022, France has allocated over 9 billion euros to modernize its judiciary and enhance judicial access to common citizens. France is also a key contributor to many UN peacekeeping missions, with over 800 personnel deployed globally. Despite these efforts, France faces the problems of misinformation and rural inequalities. Together, we must uphold peace, security, and strong institutions for all. Mercy.
Bonjour, Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates. I am Mansi representing France. So today, as we know, France has made a notable achievement in its education system, but still there are some areas that needs improvement. So let's take a look into some of these areas. First is the socio-economic disparities. Students from wealthier families tend to do much better than those from the low-income backgrounds, creating a 15-point gap in the PISA scores. Second, the over-centralization of the education system, affecting the innovation and local decision-making. About 70% of the teachers believe that the BAC exam holds back progress, and 65% of the teachers struggle with heavy administrative tasks. Third, we are on shortage of teachers with around 3,000 positions unfilled. This situation creates larger classroom sizes, and only 40% of the teachers feel equipped to meet the needs of the diverse students. Fourth, the mental health issue, which is on the rise. Approximately 75% of the students feel stress, and adolescent suicide rates have been increased by 20% in the past decade. Fifth, and the final one, is the digital divide, affecting the rural schools and students from low-income backgrounds, creating further inequalities in education. Overcoming these challenges is the key to building more inclusive and more equitable education system. Thank you.
Bonjour, Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates and distinguished guests. I am Mahidharan from the French delegation. As my fellow delegate Mansi pointed out, France faces challenges in education institutions, but with targeted solutions, we can overcome them. Now, I shall present our plan of action. First, prioritizing funding for disadvantaged schools and expanding scholarship for low-income students, along with implementing a Zone the Education Priority Area program. We aim to decentralize decision-making by empowering local authorities and school councils. To attract and retain qualified teachers, we suggest offering competitive salaries and creating a teacher residency program for intensive training. Additionally, we will expand mental health service through a school counselor program and invest in digital infrastructure with a digital education initiative. The impacts: a 10% increase in school funding could boost test scores by 5 to 10% and graduation rates by 9%. Competitive salaries help retain 80% of teachers after 5 years compared to under 50% in lower-paying schools. Digital infrastructure causes 20% increase in operational efficiency. Mental health services reduce absenteeism by 15% and improve academic performance by 20%. Strong digital infrastructure improves 15 to 25% point in improvement of admins and students. In conclusion, these solutions will strengthen French institutions and can create an equitable education system, along with supporting several sustainable development goals. Merci.
Thank you, Team France. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? Delegates from UK are called to rise and discuss the same agenda.
Good morning, esteemed guests, Honorable Chair, and distinguished delegates. I am Anveshi Prakash, proudly representing the United Kingdom. As a nation built on the values of determination, tolerance, and resilience, we believe that by working together, we can overcome even the most daunting challenges. UK is a fusion of rich history, creative energy, and global influence, comprising of 4 nations: England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales. UK is renowned for its prestigious universities like Oxford and Cambridge. London, the nation's capital, is a hub of technology and innovation. UK is a cultural melting pot where history and diversity meet. This is reflected from its renowned cuisines, from fish and chips to mouth-watering pound cakes. In summary, UK is a blend of heritage and modernity. It is a land where every street tells a story. Every dish is a fusion of flavors and where all the citizen embodies the value of diversity and inclusion. It is a nation where exceptional cuisine awaits at every turn, making it a destination to explore. Thank you.
Greetings everyone. I am Lakshya Manuja, a proud delegate of the United Kingdom. As we begin our discussion upon the topic quality education and strong institutions, we must first understand the symbiotic relationship between them. Providing quality education to students ensures that they are empowered to make their institutions stronger, while strong institutions ensure that proper education is provided to everyone. Quality education is a topic in which we discuss about our higher education, and while discussing quality education in the United Kingdom, the very first thing that comes to our mind is our world-renowned and prestigious universities. Beyond traditional academics, we also focus on providing STEM-based education and teaching future-proof skills to our students through initiatives such as the STEM Ambassador Program and T-level programs. On the other hand, strong institutions built on the principles of integrity, transparency, and accountability ensure proper justice and stability in the nation. With this, we ensure sustainable development for the generations to come. Thank you.
Greetings everyone. My name is Shivanshita, a proud delegate of UK. Our country faces certain challenges in the field of education, like teacher shortages in subjects like maths, science, and languages. Budget cuts have reduced resources, affecting the quality. Brexit adds uncertainty to universities, again affecting the funding and student mobility. Tuition fees also raise concerns about affordability and debt. Student mental health issues are also rising, with universities struggling to provide adequate support. We also face challenges in the field of strong institutions, like declining trust in institutions like the parliament, media, and police, worsened by scandals such as MPs' expenses and Panama Papers. Significant inequalities in access to justice have reduced public confidence and institutional legitimacy. We also face funding constraints on institutions which have undermined their effectiveness. Over to my fellow delegate to further insights on this.
Greetings everyone, I am Arya Zadav, a proud delegate of the United Kingdom. I stand before you guys to present the resolutions for the challenges my country is facing. One of the significant challenges is Brexit uncertainty. For this, my country has negotiated a series of free trade agreements with countries around the world. One of the significant challenges is the Trade and Cooperation Agreement with the UK, and it is very good, and for this we have also introduced the Turing scheme, which provides grant funding for the students who wish to study abroad. For the problem of trust in institutions, we have emphasized our adherence to the rule of law and increased political reforms in the country. For combat corruption, the Corruption Agency of the UK focuses on the corruption issues and also reduces it by 80% in the country from the past 20 years. And not only this, but for the problem of funding constraints, we have introduced leveling up agendas for the country and increased public-private partnerships. For teacher shortages, we have increased the vocabulary training for the teachers and also the vocational trainings. It also have also increased the mental health camps for all the youths in the country. Thank you.
Greetings everyone, I am Purvi, proudly representing the United Kingdom. The UK values determination, tolerance and resilience. With rich history, strong economy, diverse culture, prestigious universities and a hub of innovation in London, we offer a blend of history and modernity. The UK has prestigious universities like Oxford, Cambridge and the Imperial College of London. The UK values determination and tolerance. The UK is working
The UK has the UK has a quality education and strong institution. Quality education. Access to education. By providing access to the education like the pupil premium, we provide the help and support to the people in our country like the disadvantaged and the marginalized students. Strong institutions. Strong institutions. Economic growth can be increased by the open data policy which is provided by our government. So it is our data in which we can provide more data to the public. The next one is the public services. We can provide the public services by our companies and our economic growth. Judicial independence. We have upheld strong institutional framework, especially in our legal system. Digital framework. For the digital framework initiatives like the gov.uk has been provided by our country to increase the services of the public. In summary, the UK, we offer a blend of heritage and modernity. We are a unique destination of history, innovation and history. Thank you.
Thank you, Team UK. Please give them a huge round of applause.
Our next agenda is good health and well-being. Delegates from India and Australia are called to rise and discuss their respective topics. We will begin with India.
I come from a nation bordered with the Himalaya and Indian Ocean in the south. It is the home to 18% population of the world. It is the home to Ram. It is the home to Buddha. It is the cradle of Ayurveda and Yoga. It is where the world's first plastic surgery took place. Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates, Namaste from 1.5 billion citizens of the world's largest democracy. I am Devant Saini, a delegate of India, and it is an honor to discuss on the agenda good health and well-being. India's unparalleled contributions to global healthcare are profound. India's legacy begins with Ayurveda, a 3,000-year-old practice which focused on interconnectedness of mind, body, and nature, with foundational texts like the Charak Sahita and the Shushat Sahita laid a groundwork for early medical practices. Yoga, a practice done for over 5,000 years ago, has transcended borders and now recognized globally. It is celebrated on 21st June as the International Yoga Day. India's ancient wisdom reminds us that healthcare is not just about curing the illness. It is finding harmony within and around us. Thank you.
Imagine a world where a mother safely brings new life into the world, where a child laughs free from disease, and a nation extends its hand to heal the world. Good morning all, I am Parth Bhalla, the delegate of India, and this is India's healthcare story, a journey of resilience, innovation, and boundless potential. India's achievements are quite remarkable. The maternal mortality rate fell from 130 to 97 per 1 lakh live births between 2014 and 2020. The under 5 mortality rate dropped by 32 in 2020, and HIV cases decreased by 37%. Globally, India has emerged as a global leader in medical tourism, attracting over 2 million international patients annually. During the pandemic, India developed Covaxin, exported vaccines to over 100 countries, and vaccinated billions under the Vaccine Maitri initiative. Together, we can ensure that good health becomes a right for all, not just a privilege. Thank you.
Good morning all. I, Sanjana, the delegate of India, will now delve into India's healthcare achievements. My government's initiatives towards healthier nation are clear and sound. The schemes are as Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. This scheme provides cash benefits to pregnant women. Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, a health insurance coverage of Rs 5 lakh to poor or vulnerable populations and senior citizens above 70 years old. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, a life insurance coverage of Rs 2 lakh with yearly premium of Rs 436. Till November 2024, more than 21 crore people has been covered. Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, a health insurance coverage of rupees 2 lakh with yearly premium of rupees 20. Till November 2024, more than 47 crore people has been covered. Ayush Visa. It is specifically designed for foreign nations looking forward to receive medical treatment in India. It is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. Thank you.
Namaste to all. I am Purva Kadam from the land known as Pharmacy of the World. Bharat stands at the threshold of a healthcare revolution, poised to transform the lives of millions. My country has achieved remarkable milestones, such as being declared polio-free by the WHO. Yet, we still have opportunities to improve. Diabetes affects 101 million people, which is 11.4% of the total population. Projections indicate that this statistic might rise to 134 million by 2045. Tuberculosis remains a health concern. In 2022, the incidence rate was 199 per lakh people. This reflected a 16% decline in the cases compared to 2014 and past years. Yet, despite this progress, challenges persist when it comes to multi-drug resistant tuberculosis cases. Furthermore, vector-borne diseases such as malaria, dengue and chikungunya had an impact on our public health. But dengue cases fell by 69%, deaths by 68%, and filariasis has been eradicated from 17 districts. As Rabindranath Tagore wisely said, the lamp can only light up the darkness when it stands on the thresholds. Today, India stands as that lamp illuminating the path to a brighter and a healthier future. Dhanyavad.
As Albert Einstein once said, there is nothing known as perfect. Doesn't it hit hard? If we cannot make something perfect, we can surely make it better. Greetings everybody, I am Stavya Shirish, a delegate of India, and I would like to propose a resolution emphasizing on the topic comprehensive community-based healthcare. We shall have virtual hospital wards that will, and I repeat, will transform the healthcare system of India. This approach shall help us prevent transmission of communicable diseases such as HIV, COVID-19, influenza, etc. For instance, a HIV patient will get all of the care and medical support required by them at the comfort of their homes. Diabetic management is also a very big part of our country. It is on the brink of breakthrough. We shall make some resolutions on it, such as we will send home visits by doctors and nurses carrying home kits as well as taking out surveys for this. The future of healthcare is here. It's innovative, infrastructure and transformative. The SDG 3 is incomplete without the support of 1.4 billion people of my nation. Let us stand together by joining hands together. Thank you.
Thank you, Team India. We now call the delegates from Team Australia to rise and discuss your respective topic.
It is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. Good morning, respected chair and fellow delegates. This is Prisha, an Australian delegate, advocating for SDG 3, good health and well-being. In March 2021, our focus was on combating the COVID-19 pandemic. A century ago, the Australian government established its health department in response to the deadly Spanish flu, which infected 40% of Australians and resulted in 15,000 deaths. Australia's healthcare system, known as Medicare, allows residents to access essential medical services at low or no costs. Advancements in medical research, including the investigation of Q fever and antivenoms, have greatly improved health outcomes. Life expectancy in Australia has risen by 40% since the early 1900s, with children born in 2022 expected to live around 81 to 85 years of age. Now, I would like to call Amarja.
Thank you, Prisha, for giving us an overview. I am Amarja, an Australian delegate representing SJD3, Good Health and Well-being. Australia is committed to achieving Sustainable Development Goal 3. Central to this is Medicare, which offers universal healthcare access and subsidized medications. The National Preventive Health Strategy aims to reduce risk factors like smoking and poor diet while promoting physical activity and mental health. To support Indigenous Australians, the Closing the Gap initiative provides culturally appropriate healthcare. Mental health services such as Headspace and Lifeline offer crucial support across all age groups. Australia also leads in anti-smoking policies and vaccination efforts, achieving high immunization rates through National Immunization Programme. In rural areas, Royal Flying Doctor Service and telehealth ensure equitable healthcare access. By focusing on prevention and equity, Australia's health policies work on a healthier and more inclusive future for all. Now, I would like to call Anupam.
Thank you, Amarja. While Australia excels in SDG 3, it still faces significant health challenges. Mental health issues are prevalent, with 21.5% of Australians, or 4.3 million individuals, having faced a mental disorder in recent years. Obesity is another major issue, with 2 out of every 3 Australians, or 66% of the total population, are being classified as either obese or overweight. This condition poses a significant risk for various chronic diseases, including heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Cancer causes 3 out of every 10 deaths in Australia, with the cancer rate projected to rise by 22% by the year 2031. Finally, cardiovascular disease is Australia's leading cause of death, with ischemic heart disease accounting for 10% of fatalities, or 42,000 deaths annually, or 25% of total deaths. I would now like
Thank you, Anupam. Hi, I'm Debadrita. Now let's explore solutions. To protect our skin, let's promote the simple mantra: slip, slop, slap. Slip on protective clothing, slop on SPF 30 plus sunscreen, and slap on a wide brim hat. A stylish way to say sun safe and radiant. Additionally, providing free or low cost nicotine replacements like patches, gums and medication could ensure individuals have the support they need to quit smoking. A win for health and society. For obesity, we can implement measures like restricting sugar and salt in packaged food items according to the WHO guidelines, enforcing clear front label nutrient transparency, and banning ads of unhealthy food targeted at children. Let's ensure that the future generation grows up choosing carrots over candy, not because they have to, but because they want to. Finally, mental health deserves equal attention. Mandatory government funding counseling starting from age 12 could equip young minds with emotional resilience. Completing these sessions would grant a mental fit certificate, a necessary document for the admission to higher grade. A healthy mind isn't just an advantage, it's a right. Now I'd like to call Anukriti to conclude with the achievements of our country.
Thank you, Debadrita. Honored Chair and esteemed delegates, I'm Anukriti and it is an honor to address you as the delegate of Australia on Sustainable Development Goal 3, Good Health and Well-being. Australia's healthcare system is renowned for its strength and resilience, demonstrating our commitment to SDG 3 through various achievements. We have made significant progress in reducing the maternal and child mortality, with a maternal mortality ratio of less than 5 per 100,000 live births and a neonatal mortality ratio of below 2.5 per 1,000 live births. Our universal health coverage provided by Medicare ensures access to essential health services without financial hardship. Despite these accomplishments, we recognize the ongoing need to support vulnerable populations, including those in rural areas and those facing mental health challenges. In conclusion, while we celebrate our progress in SDG 3, we remain dedicated to creating a healthier, fairer, and more sustainable world for all. That was our time. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Australia. Please give them a big round of applause.
Our next agenda is responsible consumption and production. Delegates from Japan and China are called to rise and discuss their respective topics. Requesting Team Japan to start.
Hitori Hitori Angakasu, which means warm greetings to one and all in Japanese. Japan, a nation spanning over 4 main islands, is a cultural and a modern day powerhouse. Its capital, Tokyo, is a global financial hub and one of the populous cities globally. Japan has the world's 4th largest economy, with industries ranging from automobiles to robotics and renewable energy technologies. Japan has trade relationships with countries like the China, the European Union, the United States, which demonstrate its commitment towards global economic interdependence. Japan, a highly industrialized yet resource-limited nation, understands the urgent need for sustainable practices. The SDG 12 advocates the member states to ensure economic growth doesn't harm the planet, and to renew waste and do not dump in the ecosystem. As rightly quoted by 14th Dalai Lama, ultimately humanity is the one and this small planet is our only home. Therefore, we work to keep our home a nurturing place for all.
Greetings. Now, I would like to face up the challenges faced by Japan in SDG 12. Plastic. Japan is one of the highest consumers of plastic because of industrial use. Plastic is consumed high per capita. Well, Japan struggles even though putting up schemes like R-Cube, reuse, reduce, recycling. Japan still struggles with a lot of waste coming up on landfills and oceans. Japan also struggles with ore and mineral because of the nuclear disaster in 2011, Fukushima disaster. Many nuclear plants shut down because of this. Now, Japan is mainly reluctant on ore, fuels, and petroleum. The main part that we have, Japan with a minor challenge coming up, is food waste management. Food waste management. Japan is with cultural norms and many conservatives still throws away food. Why ask? Japan comes up with many problems such as the food waste because of the import. Import brings up in a week, therefore the food rots. People in Japan cannot eat such food, therefore they throw it away. Another problem can be, has been coming from the past few years, is rotting of crops. During lockdown, people were not able to reach with food grains and crops. Therefore, food waste and management has been rising in Japan. Thank you.
Greetings to one and all present here. My name is Karthik Gupta, a proud representative of Japan. Japan, a dominant driver in production and consumption. We aim to achieve zero carbon emissions by 2050. We plan to make an impact by our actions rather than being a verbal blow. Japan highly invests in hydrogen energy, floating wind farms, and solar power to reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Japan has made significant strides in recycling about 85% of its total waste. It also reduces our reliance on metal and electronic waste. Japan's collaboration with economically disturbed nations extend beyond Japan. Japan's responsibility for consumption and production, it's not just for itself, but the betterment of the entire globe.
Greetings to one and all present here. Greetings to one and all present here. My name is Y. Nidhish Nandan, and as my fellow delegates have already discussed about the challenges faced, now it's time to move towards what Japan is doing on it. Japan has been spending highly on human resources rather than buying new technologies from other nations. This has now led to the creation of new and innovative technologies that are not only cost-effective but also eco-friendly. Japan has invented various technologies that have been that have proven to be effective for achieving SDG 12, like hydrogen usage as a fuel, various types of plastic recycling methods, high tide resistant windmills, and many more. Japan has also been teaching all its citizens about its appropriate usage of this new technology to make our country more greener and cleaner. Japan has enforced many laws to ensure that all possible things are recycled and green energy is used to its farthest possible extent. Thanks to the initiatives taken by the government of Japan and various other organizations, Japan is the second largest recycler of plastic, which recycles about 86% of plastic used, and Kamikatsu, the only town in the world where no waste is generated, is also a significant result of Japan's efforts. Why Nidish Nandan?
I am Karthik Gupta.
I'm Jessia Arana.
I'm Shreya Shaileshpur.
Warm greetings to the entire committee. I am Archit Sankhe, the representative of Japan. Now, the impact specifically SDG number 12 is going to have on our planet is a blend of all our collective efforts. Therefore, it is primarily pivotal that these efforts are effective in a positive manner. One nation cannot change the structure of the globe, but 195 nations together as one community can. Therefore, it is high times that we as a community understand the fact that need for diplomacy are higher than ever. For an instance, a dominant nation in terms of production like China to this day faces issues of environmental degradation as well as lacks the capacity to utilize and produce renewable energy to sustain the needs of its population. Therefore, this particular instance is worthy enough to prove that our political differences should not be a terminator of our environment as well as our population. So, in conclusion, Japan would like to urge and remind this committee that we shall join hands together, therefore, in order to get a future that is nurturing the indigenous differences of this globe, as well as the upcoming times would be flourishing rather than deteriorating for mankind. Japan expresses its sincere gratitude towards the committee for the time allocated to us. Therefore, we'd like to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Japan. Dear delegates, please announce your name before you start your presentation. Delegates from China are called to rise and discuss the same agenda.
Hello.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and distinguished delegate. Good morning, Honorable Chair and distinguished. Good morning, Honorable Chair and distinguished delegates. I am Krisha Gupte from Narayana Techno School, Dombivli, a Chinese delegate who would be presenting an overview of SDG 12. SDG 12, responsible consumption and production, is vital for ensuring that humanity pays respect to the limits of our planet. But looking at the current situations of overconsumption and waste, it is completely unsustainable. And this will affect our future generations as well as the ecosystem. Globally, we waste nearly 1 billion tons of food annually, while resources like food, forest and water are rapidly depleting. SDG 12 addresses these challenges by advocating for sustainable lifestyle, waste reduction and resource efficiency. China, as a global leader, has taken this responsibility and made some initiatives such as the Clean Your Plate campaign and Circular Economy Plan.
This is reducing waste and increasing sustainability. Together, we can build a future where economy thrives in harmony with the nature. Next, I would like to call our delegate Dia.
Good morning, respected chairperson and distinguished delegates. I am Dia Sawan, a Chinese delegate presenting about sustainable industrial practices. Although industries are essential for global development, they are one of the primary factors for environmental damage. Sustainable industrial practices are not just essential, but they are key for maintaining a balance between economic growth and environmental protection. Industries can significantly reduce their carbon footprints by switching to renewable energies and utilizing energy-efficient technologies. China has led its way in green manufacturing by implementing circular economies that prioritizes waste reduction and resource reuse. Our Zero City Waste initiative is a prime example of how industrial practices can include sustainability into their very core. Furthermore, sustainable industries provide long-term economic resilience, promote innovation, and generate green jobs. With the goal to create sustainable and greener future, let us together make sure that the industries across the world are engines for development rather than for pollution. I would like my next delegate to
Just a second, delegates. It's a request not to affirm yourself to any ethnicity. So when you say a Chinese delegate, you're affirming yourself that you're a Chinese person. But we are in a simulation, so you're China's delegate, you're not a Chinese delegate. China's delegate means you're a delegate representing China. Chinese delegate means you're a person born there with their ethnicity. So please affirm that. So there is no Japanese, there is no Chinese, there is no Indian, there is no Russian. It's Russia's, it's India's, it's China's, it's Japan's. Okay? Continue.
Good morning, respected chairperson, esteemed representatives. I am Jia Nemichan Rathod, China's delegate, and I will be presenting on waste management and recycling. One of the biggest concerns was the worldwide trash crisis, since tons of waste gets generated annually, and most of it ends up in landfills or contaminates our oceans. So waste management and recycling is not an alternative, it's an essential. Then our zero waste program is converting cities into sustainable role models, and our advanced recycling technologies recovers resources from waste initiatives, including the National Sword Policy, which helps increase the awareness of significance of properly managing waste on a worldwide scale. Recycling offers financial benefits and also environmental benefits. We can develop green jobs and lessen our reliance on raw materials. By implementing circular economics. Global cooperation is necessary for success, though from enforcing international laws on plastic pollution to teaching citizens about trash reduction. Once we see waste as a resource and not as an issue, together we'll be able to promote sustainability and creativity. For furthermore discussion, I would then like to call my next delegate.
Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates, I am Harshit Patil, a China's delegate, here presenting on sustainable urban development and global role and partnerships. Urbanization has brought many opportunities all around the world, but it has many setbacks, including uncontrolled urban growth, which can lead to high population density in a country, which is harmful for urban development. China is advancing urban development through spawn cities, which mainly manages rainfall and reduces flooding, green infrastructure, and smart cities, which is compiling digital technology with the materialistic world for increasing the quality of life of the citizen. Global partnerships are vital. China, throughout the years, is continuously participating in UN Habitat and has developed many countries using the BRI, which is known as the Belt and Road Initiative. To tackle the urbanization pressures, China is balancing the development in urban and rural areas. Thank you. That's all I had to say. I will like to hand over the mic to my fellow delegate for further discussion.
Very good morning to one and all present here. My name is Atharv Shanbhag and I am China's delegate here to present strategies and problems on achieving SDG 12. One of the main problems faced is industrial pollution. Industrial pollution is China is one of the world's leading industries and it creates a lot of pollution. The main solution to resolve this is waste to energy, which can produce energy from waste. Another major issue is overconsumption in urban cities, which can also be combated by teaching and educating about why. See, China wastes over 1 billion tons of food per annum, which is enough to feed over 37% of its citizens, and it should understand and develop into such a manner that it can feed its citizens more responsibly. There are some solutions that China has made, such as the circular economy, which is Shenzhen, which is a waste-free city, and others, and solar energies. Solar power especially is China's one of its specialties, as solar panels in cities like Xishang make 98% of the powers during some specific years. Overconsumption in urban areas again, and this is mainly due to disparities between the rural and urban areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Team China. Please give them a huge round of applause.
Our next agenda is peace and security. Delegates from Ukraine and Russia are called to rise and discuss your respective topic. I request Team Ukraine to begin.
Security is the foundation of peace. Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates and distinguished guests, I am Tirth Modi, a delegate of Ukraine, along with my team proposing the agenda, Peace and Security. It is a privilege to address you today on the critical subject of peace and security in Ukraine. Ukraine, a nation rich in culture and history, is now at crossroads. As we get together, we have unique opportunities to foster a dialogue, promote justice, and strengthen institutions to pave our way for long-lasting peace. Our collective efforts must be rooted into empathy, understanding, and unwavering belief that diplomacy can transcend conflict. Diplomacy can transcend conflict. Okay. Diplomacy can transcend conflict. Let us all be together and create a nation where every individual can live in peace and safety. Thank you. Over to my next delegate.
Greetings, Honorable Chair, esteemed delegates, and distinguished guests. I am Abhishi Rai, a delegate of Ukraine, here to introduce our agenda, Peace and Security. Our agenda, Peace and Security, is the fundamental idea in international relations, governments, and welfare of the society. Peace is a state of tranquility or quietness. More generally, it means the lack of violence and conflict, as well as the existence of justice and equality. Security is the protection of citizens, communities, and nations from threats such as terrorism, wars, crimes, and social unrest. Key components of peace and security include: number 1, conflict resolution. That includes looking for peaceful solutions of problems through discussions. Number 2, international security. The UN and organizations like NATO endeavor to guarantee the protection of citizens of its members. Number 3, national security. Respective governments taking efforts to protect their citizens not only from external threats as well as threats such as terrorism. The background of issues in our country has been shaped by a rich and tumultuous history that has influenced the current social and political landscape. Over to the next delegate.
Greetings, esteemed chair and delegates. I, Bhavika Daima from Ukraine's delegation, stand before you to address the key provocations faced by Ukraine as it undergoes a complex landscape of social, economic, and institutional challenges. As Ukraine enters the third winter of war, Russia's invasion continues to cause staggering loss of people and economy. The poverty of Ukraine has increased from 1.8 million people to 9 million people since the onset of war. Substantial infrastructural damage and electricity disruption is likely to slow the economic growth from 3.2% in 2024 with just 2% in 2025. According to the report taken in February 2024 by the Rapid Damage and Needs Assessment, Ukraine will need at least $486 billion to repair and rebuild. The world cannot turn a blind eye to this suffering. Your response will define your humanity. Thank you. Over to the next delegate.
Greetings, Honorable Chair, jury members and esteemed delegates. I am Itashi Somaya, a part of Ukraine's delegation, and today I will be talking about some of the resolutions that we have come up with to solve Ukraine's current crisis. It includes plan to deploy a UN peacekeeping force that will help to restore peace and security all over our nation. We are committed towards the expansion of UN's humanitarian response plan, which had secured additional funds of $4.2 billion in 2024, and we are committed towards achieving such high endeavors in future as well. We further recommend the incrementation in funds and staffs for the UN's Human Rights Monitoring Mission, which will help to investigate for human rights abuses and ensure accountability. Moving on, I would like to provide emphasis on the continued need for military aid in Ukraine. Other countries, yes, for sure helping us, but we ourselves want to be self-independent and are taking initiatives like training camps for the same. This will be a very vital situation for the security of our residents and against all kinds of aggressions. We also focus on the reconstruction of all essential infrastructure in Ukraine by building an international reconstruction fund with support of all organizations and countries. These resolutions prioritize multilateral cooperation and realistic approaches, ensuring that all actions can be implemented effectively within the current political and social situations in Ukraine. Passing over to the next delegate. Thank you.
Greetings, Chair, Vice Chair and esteemed delegates. I, Disha Gupta, a part of the Ukraine's delegation, today stand before you to conclude my fellow delegates. While the road ahead may be fraught with challenges, it is essential to recognize that peace is not just a distant dream. It is an achievable goal for which Ukraine has to responsibly take long-term safety measures. Our aspiration for the NATO membership is seen as pivotal for ensuring long-term safety and security. In conclusion, let us stand united in our commitment to peace and security in Ukraine. Let us celebrate the resilience of its people while working tirelessly towards a better future, fighting and finding their ways through poverty, civilian deaths, economic loss, and decreasing their dependency towards humanitarian aid. At the same time, not ignoring the brighter aspect to form a better future by expanding the UN's humanitarian response plan, establishing an international reconstruction fund, strengthening the UN's human rights monitoring mission, and establishing a global reconstruction task force. Today, I call all the countries present here to come forward and help Ukraine for a better and fast recovery. We shall strive to make sure that no country's contribution shall go to waste, and thank all the countries present here for your immense support and faith in our country. Together, we can ensure that justice prevails, sovereignty is respected, and peace is restored in Ukraine and beyond. That is all from Ukraine. Slava Ukraini. Glory to Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Ukraine. We now call the delegates from Team Russia to discuss your topic.
Good morning to Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates. It is a great honor to represent the Russian Federation, spanning over 17 million square kilometers and a home to over 145 million people. It is the largest country in the world. Positioned at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, this nation is deeply committed for global security and peace. It is the permanent member of United Nations Security Council. It plays a key role in global diplomacy and stability. Our significant contributions to energy trade, security exchange, and cultural exchange reflect our commitments towards a prosperous and a harmonious world. Our country is dedicated to fostering peace through international partnerships that are based on shared values of trust, security, and mutual respect. Together, we can create a stable and a thriving global nation for the future generation. Thank you. Over to my fellow delegate.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and esteemed delegates. I am Yashmita Jangid. As the delegate of the Russian Federation, I stand before you today to discuss about Russia's commitment to peace and security. Grounded in our rich culture and strategic priorities, Russia is dedicated to ensuring both national stability and global peace. In 2025, we have allocated $126 billion for defense, ensuring a robust military presence while also controlling approximately 30% of Europe's natural gas, underscoring our economic influence. Russia's peace agenda focuses on securing our borders as demonstrated by our actions in Ukraine and Crimea and fostering a multipolar world order. We believe that peace is achieved through strong diplomatic ties with partners such as India and China and through platforms such as Shanghai Cooperation Organization. We advocate for dialogue and cooperation for conflict resolution, focusing on global peace through balance and mutual respect, while Russia remains committed to safeguarding its national interests. Thank you. Over to my fellow delegate.
Good morning, I'm Anvesha Ghosh. Today I'd like to highlight the challenges faced by Russia in maintaining peace and security. Internally, regional separatism, particularly in Chechnya, continues to fuel unrest, while the political competition for influence leads to conflicts that often disturbs the domestic peace. Internationally, Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 worsened its relations with NATO, and its involvement in the ongoing war has drawn significant backlash. Additionally, cybersecurity is a growing concern. We believe that allowing our students to study abroad and vice versa can improve our international relations. Despite these challenges faced by Russia, we remain committed to maintaining partnerships that contribute to a balanced global nation. Thank you. Over to my next delegate.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Madhut Nahar, and today I will delineate Russia's strategic responses towards its principal challenges. Russia uses educational exchange program as a strategic tool in public diplomacy. To mitigate regional separatism, our government has consolidated power and supported separatists and supported loyalist region leaders. In the fight against terrorism, our government has consolidated power. In the fight against terrorism, we have augmented the FSB's authority. Concerning the tensions with NATO, we have enhanced our military apparatus and engaged in nuanced diplomatic initiatives while underscoring the role of nuclear deterrence. Regarding the ongoing conflict with Ukraine, which has been catalyzed by NATO's encroachment, it has prompted Russia to annex Crimea and support separatist movement by simultaneously pursuing diplomatic solutions such as the Minsk agreements. Lastly, in the realm of cybersecurity, we have fortified our cyber defense capabilities to safeguard our geopolitical interests. These solutions show Russia's multifaceted and assertive approach towards maintaining our sovereignty and regional influence. Thank you. Over to my fellow delegate.
Thank you, Mudit. Good morning, everyone. My name is Veera Dodia. As a delegate of the Russian Federation, I conclude today by reaffirming our commitment to peace and security. Our 2024 strategy emphasizes on stability, national security, and global influence, along with a focus on border security, economic power through natural gas, and strong partnerships with India and China in order to support a multipolar world order. While facing challenges such as corruption, regional separatism in Chechnya, terrorism in North Caucasus, and tensions with NATO, Russia has taken decisive actions. We fought corruption through specialized agencies by modernizing our territory and by strengthening our counter-terrorism measures. Diplomatically, we aim to ease our tensions with NATO and safeguard our sovereignty through robust cybersecurity strategies. In conclusion, Russia is committed to internal stability, regional control, and a balanced global system, ensuring our role as a major player in the multipolar world. Thank you for listening to the delegation of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Team Russia. Please give them a big round of applause. Now we will move on to our second round. Delegates are requested to prepare to raise questions and engage in discussions. I request Team USA to address a question to any country, any agenda.
Do we have Vandana ma'am here? We don't have Vandana ma'am here? Okay. So how is the round 2 format? Can you just repeat it?
Each country will be given a chance to raise 2 questions. And no counter questioning is allowed.
Okay, we would do a little interesting format rather than just asking questions to each other, because MUN is all about debate, dialogue and stuff. And we won't sit this time. So I request delegates, we have, just a second, Team 1, USA and Germany. I'll also step down. So let's make it a bit interesting and communicative. I request USA and Germany to come forward in the center. No, sir, I'm not, I'm just facilitating the debate. Like, jury round is about we asking questions. So I'm just telling them to have a debate rather than just asking questions, because it's not, we don't have to do that.
The format is changed. Whatever they have said, they know then what questions they have to ask, and the answers obviously they will be doing. So it is, they are just.
Okay, are we all fine with this format? Like having a free flow debate? Is it okay? Yeah. So let's start with USA and Germany. So it will be a round robin session. I'll give each, so when I tap the table, so I say like this, so they start speaking. And when I type their table, they start speaking. So you get at least 1 to 1.5 minutes to speak, and you start with your whole statement and end with a question for the other team, right? So in front of whomever I tap, they will only speak. No other delegate will speak. Got the thing? Yeah. So we are starting with you. Start a statement with a question. Yeah. Anything related to topic.
Why are they mentioned that their infrastructure is outdated? Why?
Okay, first one.
Even though our infrastructure is outdated, Germany has took several initiatives to bring it back on point.
First one. Question, answer.
This question is to India. Why does your health...
Okay, I'll just do one thing. I won't pick a specific person. Anyone from the team can speak and answer. That's fine? Yeah. Anyone can ask a question now.
So we stand third globally in innovation index, and Germany stands 10th in the innovation index. So that's clear that you all, Germany is behind USA. So what are you gonna state on this point?
Every country has its pros as well as cons. So Germany is also trying to progress in the particular sector. As it is said, the challenges is also there and the resolutions that can drive positive changes.
Can you mention some government policies for the same?
Sure.
For the innovation sector, you're asking?
Yes.
Okay. So for innovations, Germany has started training sessions for workers and everything. And it is also initiating startups for new innovations, new technologies.
I would like to repeat. I asked...
Only when I say you can...
Okay.
Industry 4.0 are the initiatives took by Germany. It focuses on transforming factories, improving efficiency, and giving every person a specific role in the industry.
Okay, now question from this side. Faster.
How is USA a spotlight of creativity and progress?
Answer. Also, just don't frame your questions so bluntly and straightforward. You can rather ask it's infrastructure and development, right? You can rather ask the development report, the rates and stuff, rather than just asking what the country is doing. So you can rather go by asking what are the rates, what are the percentages, what the government is doing, and what are they currently doing, and what stage are it in, right? So can you reframe the question?
Common challenges which US faces in the basis of technologies.
Answer. Also, no communication between any teams in between, otherwise we'll disqualify you because it's disturbing the whole debate format. Answer.
Cybersecurity threats, digital divide, monopolistic practices, and workforce displacement. For the workforce displacement, the USA has implemented the law National AI Initiative Act, which provides training, certification, education for the workers to make them more skilled laborers. For the monopolistic practices, they have FTC lawsuits against Facebook to control the market competition. And for digital divide, they have act like Starlink and Federal Communication Commission's broadband to supply equal equipments to both of the urban areas and rural areas. In cybersecurity threats, we have CCPA, California Consumer Privacy Act, which initiates requests of consumers to know, to delete, to opt the information.
Okay, one last question from this side and one last question from that side. One question. Last question. Or you can bypass the question if you don't want to ask. Yeah.
We see there are many socio-economic disparities between the citizens of Germany, and this disparities has led to an unequal distribution of the facilities and privileges, ensured by the government, especially when it comes to sectors like technology and industrial. So,
End the question with a statement, right?
so how do you plan on tackling this huge problem?
By supporting the innovation, creating initiative to help smaller business access new technologies in the field of industries, technology and innovation, ensuring that all industries have tools to thrive.
Also, only one last question now.
How is USA working on improving its working conditions in industries which have worsened over the past few years?
So after the pandemic, the situation had worsened, but by 2022, USA has already taken a lot of measures to improve the working conditions in this USA industries. The very first is the upskilling programs that has led to an increase in the wages, encouraging the workers to indulge in those kind of jobs, even when they are out of manual reach. Apart from upskilling programs, we have also initiatives like Manufacturing USA have strengthened US manufacturing sector by fostering innovation and advanced manufacturing technology. And healthcare and farm has contributed to 18% of GDP, with companies like Johnson & Johnson and Merck.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are done with the debate round. I hope everyone got it how we are going to go with the format. Just a second. And so there will be now 3 questions from this side, 3 questions from the. You can all sit down. So the teams have to stand. 3 questions from this side, 3 questions from this side. Clearly answer stated. Also, when you're ending the question, end with a question statement. All you're doing is saying paragraphs. Questions are not paragraphs, and paragraphs are not questions. So when there is a question, like how, what, where, and what to do. So next teams are France and UK. Yeah. Any doubt? Just raise your hands. I'll create it one by one. Yes.
Is the debate going to happen within the agenda?
Yeah, within the agenda and between 2 teams itself.
Okay.
Pardon?
So we are telling that can we ask questions to other countries afterwards?
Yeah, but first within the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah?
Fine.
Also any doubts? No. So France and UK. So we can start by France. Start with a question statement.
So as you guys have mentioned that UK is home to a lot of elite universities. So there must be some international collaboration programs to maintain global peace education with the other countries. So can you mention some international collaboration programs or initiatives?
One answer. Also, you don't need to cite data all the time. You can just answer if you know the question. No problem.
We have obviously taken certain global initiatives like Global Partnership for Education (GPE), and we have also come up with Education Cannot Wait (ECW) program, focusing on girls' education, teacher training, and inclusive systems. And programs like Girls Education Challenge (GEC). These are certain global initiatives we have taken to help other countries in education, improving their education.
Okay, one question from this side now.
So, according to our research, we can see that there are more than 12% of students which are dropping out from schools at a very early age. So, what are you planning to do for that?
One answer. The question is, dropout rates are increasing in school, and to combat that, what France is doing? Okay. Yeah, answer.
So, as the delegation of United Kingdom has raised the question, we have the answering that, as you see, if we boost the school funding and improve the fundings of the school, we could improve the students coming into the school by making some initiative programs. As we are getting more and more fund, we can make more initiatives, so that by that we can get an effective solution.
Okay. Any rebuttal? Yes. Yeah, only one allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the point is that the students are willingly dropping out from schools, not because of some lack of financial support. So, what kind of initiatives do you mean here?
See, France has been having a large dropout rate maybe because there are large classroom sizes and a lot of teachers are not able to pay attention to different to individual students. So France has made a lot of programs in which they are empowering teachers so that there is a lot of teacher training, so that there are better classrooms, smaller classrooms, and a better mentorship to each individual student. So maybe that can help the lowering the dropout rates.
Okay, one question from this side now. So one question both sides done, now second question round.
Since our topic is quality education and strong institutions, I want you guys to address about marginalized communities and how are institutions supporting them.
Okay, one answer. Okay. Can we make it a little quicker because all other teams are also waiting and we are running short of time?
So just 2 minutes. We'll just discuss a bit.
Okay, the question is, how is United Kingdom ensuring that marginalized communities are included in the education system as well as institutions?
Okay, so we are initiating a program called Pupil Premium. So it is a premium in which we are funding the students, marginalized students, like the poor kids who are not able to give the fundings for the schools and the education. So we are providing the fundings to this, and from the year 2020 to 2023, we have already invested 7.1% in these marginalized groups, and it is already successful in our country. So it is an initiative called Pupil Premium, which is already in a successful rate in our country.
A rebuttal or no? We can pass. One, only one.
I want you to address the inclusiveness of marginalized communities in the institutions as well, as asked in the previous question.
So our answer to the question is, we have the Equality Law of 2010, which provides equal access to all the students and all the citizens of the UK, as well as the marginalized communities.
Okay, one question from this side. Now last question round.
Okay, so our next question is about the teacher burnout. The point is that in France, according to a survey, there are 50% of teachers which are reported overburdened by their workload, and 60% have felt that their work conditions are unsatisfactory. So, what are you doing to improve these conditions? We want both the steps already taken and also the resolution that you are proposing.
So as you can see, I have already mentioned in the solutions that we can create a teacher residency program for to take more and more teachers into the jobs, so that the job load and the work burden will be divided equally, and the teachers could have a good environment.
Only one rebuttal allowed if you want to.
But as of now, if the number of teachers is less, then how will the workload be properly distributed? For that, you need to begin with something.
So that's what I said, that we will create a teacher residency program for intensive training and mentorship, so that the teachers will get an proper training, so that more and more teachers will be recruited into the jobs, so the work burden will be divided equally.
No rebuttals. Okay, sit down. Some notes to be taken here. Sit down, sit down, sit down. We cannot... One question left? Yeah, ask it. The last question.
As one of the delegates from the United Kingdom stated that there's a less budget allocated for the education system, so it would be implemented for the teachers as well. So how will you tackle the teacher shortages there? And moreover, the fellow delegate mentioned that there is no job, like the salaries for the teachers are not fixed and something like that.
Okay, the question statement needs to be precise. You cannot say like that or something. Just state the line they stated, quote it, and then ask the question.
So like, there's a less budget allocated for the education sector, so that it will include the teachers as well, right? So like, how are they going to tackle the teacher shortages in there?
Okay, the short question is, how are you tackling teacher shortages? And for the remuneration, how you are allocating the money?
Okay, first of all, the reason for teacher shortages, the major reason for teacher shortages is the increased workload. So to reduce that, we are trying to reduce the working days of school from 5 days a week to 4 days a week. And also so that the education is not hampered, the 5th day is to be kept as a vocational and industrial training day, through which the workload of the teachers will be reduced. And if it is about funding, as of now, due to Brexit, we have invested our money more in defense. The time we have more partnerships and all, through that we can reallocate our money from defense and all the military expenses to the teaching.
Okay, sit down. No, a rebuttal, one only.
So like till then, till the time when the United Kingdom will take it funds from the security and defense and put it into the education, till that time what will the initiatives be taken to ensure that the education is being provided?
Okay, so the very first thing is that to improve our financial conditions, we are planning to focus on investing on SMEs through equity crowdfunding, in which people will be actually coming and they will be getting some equity in the small and medium level enterprises, and instead of that they will be providing some money. So through that support, they'll get a motivation to work, and the buying and selling of goods within the country can increase, and due to that a GDP and economy can flourish once again. And with that we can reallocate that money into the teaching sector.
Okay, thank you. Sit down. Two things will be noted. We cannot use personal pronouns during MUNs. So I, me, he, she are not allowed. You can only use they or we as a collective pronoun. So you are representing the country, not yourself as an individual here, right? So use collective pronouns like they, we, or like we as delegate of this country. Okay. So France and UK, India and Australia. Yeah. So we'll begin with India. Start with a question statement. No paragraphs, just question statements.
According to the reports, indigenous Australians, also known as the Aborigines, have a life expectancy of 10-year gap. So my question to you is, doesn't it disparity continue your commitment to equality?
Just a second, sir. By 10-year gap, what do you mean by the term 10-year gap?
Ma-
10-year
uh,
increased, decreased, or
Decrease.
inflated? Decreased.
Yeah.
Okay. Answer. Okay, the concise question is, life expectancy in Australia has been decreased by 10 years. Reasons and solutions.
So only for the indigenous Australians.
Indigenous Australians.
Okay. So your question was that there is a 10 years gap of life expectancy between the indigenous and non-indigenous Australians, right? Firstly, it is 8 years gap. And you asked about what is the Australian government doing to improve this situation. So closing the gap initiative, as I mentioned in my speech, is one scheme that Australian government has introduced to reduce the gap between reduce the life expectancy gap and improve the health outcomes of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders.
Any rebuttal? Only one allowed. If there is, no? One question. No, this side will ask a question now.
Despite having government hospitals in rural areas, it has been observed that the public facilities provided in the government hospitals of India are now not adequate. How will you confront this issue?
Answer.
Can I just get some gist on the agenda? Where are you pointing out?
The question is, government hospitals in India are not in a good condition. What the government is doing to fund them and to improve the quality and everything about the government hospitals that the government runs in the nation of India.
My government has taken many initiatives. Yeah, my government has taken many initiatives like Ayushman Bharat, even for senior citizens and for poor peoples. Even it's for the government hospitals also. For senior citizens above 70 years old, they can get that card, Ayushman Bharat card.
A rebuttal, a short one only because we are running short of time. If there is any, we can start with another question. Guys, quick. Just a second. Is it a rebuttal or next question? No. Next question? No. They'll ask next question. Second question.
Yes. So, as stated in your speech, you said that there is a very high risk of cardio diseases in your country, like 42,000 deaths per year, as reported, and also obesity has increased by 66%. And a solution you proposed was banning or reducing the use of sugary foods and packaged foods. So my question to you is that can you please justify the solution you stated to the problem?
Justify the solution that your team stated. Short one. Guys, this is a debate section going on. We cannot have so much time in discussion. Anyone can answer.
So he asked, like, how are we justifying the solution according to the problem, right? So for obesity, the major causes of obesity in Australia, it is packaged food products and sugary drinks. So our resolution is we are going to restrict sugar and salt content in packaged food products according to the WHO guidelines. So that justifies it as that is the cause. And apart from this, another major cause of obesity in Australia, it is antidepressants and drugs used by people who are affected by mental health problems. And we have also discussed resolutions for that. So that justifies our resolution.
Okay. We are not having debates now. Time shortage is there. Next question first. Second question from the team.
Okay. Let me present you a situation. An old age lady living in West Bengal was affected by a stroke. She did not have any medications as she wasn't aware of the rural policies. A person living with her approached the Ayushman Bharat app, but the site crashed. How does India plan on addressing such a situation?
Let me remind you that Ayushman Bharat is not a website. It's a card distributed to my citizens, which they can use to get hospitalization in any private or public hospital of my nation. And there is no regulation. There is only a small fee which they have to give to be provided with these facilities.
No, only one question, one answer. Third question, and then you third question. Third question.
My question to you is, when will Australia stop to be the home of substance abuse in the southern hemisphere?
Sir, can you mention any one substance example?
Like they are mentioned in their speech, there are many weeds and opium and
Okay,
even...
weed and opium, correct. Substance abuse. They did not mention?
No. Weed and opium is there, and they mentioned about smoking, which is a substance abuse. I'm adding on that weed and opium is there.
Like the question can be bypassed or answered? Answer.
Yes, so as we have mentioned smoking in our speech, we have our own resolutions in her speech as well as in our position paper. We have mentioned nicotine replacement therapies, which also includes patches and gums, which is significantly going to reduce the number of smokers. And as per your question about weed and opium, our resolutions about mental health, it targets the substance abuse. As regarding mental health, the major problems in Australia is substance health and substance abuse and anxiety. We're going to solve this problem.
Okay, last question, third question.
Cross question, please.
No, ma'am. Third question.
Okay, so India has one of the highest amount of rape cases, with women in majority of North India don't feel safe going out at night. This strongly affects the well-being of women, with popular cases like Nirbhaya case or the R.J. Kar Medical College case, where an undergraduate doctor was sexually assaulted at the college. Why is this still happening in the year 2024 while the delegation of India talked about saving mothers?
Just one answer.
So let me remind you that Nirbhaya Act has been considered in the Parliament, and we have made strict regulations against it, and we are contributing to policies that will make regulations on our politicians, and good policies can be derived. And
One last rebuttal, just complete it. If you have any counter question, because the answer was incomplete. Yeah.
What guarantee does India give? As the case of R.J. Kar Medical College just happened right now, very recently.
we are imposing strict policies against our politicians, and we are making changes in our constitution.
Okay. Done. No rebuttal. Next we have Japan and China. Kindly rise up. They are quick notaries. No use of personal pronouns. Me, he, my, they. Only collective. We as a country. They as a delegate. Correct. Second thing. Please be quick. And rebuttals will be only given if the answer is seemed incomplete by the chairperson. Otherwise, no rebuttals. Right. We'll start with Japan. You can start with a question. Faster. Or you can use my mic.
Okay, so understanding the fact that till the date, China is disposing their industrial waste in water bodies, and which further proves their careless nature towards SDG Goal 12. So how does China reassure their commitment towards SDG Goal 12?
Hello. Yeah, so China has started programs like circular economy and green economies, which mainly focus on reducing the waste produced. For example, in cities like Shenzhen, most of the waste is converted into energy, and it is now known as a waste-free city as of 2025.
Okay, one question from this side.
Most of the Japanese ores are imported from countries like China and Russia. Japan is having a scarcity of ores because of its small land mass. And most of the Japan's economy is based on cars and space programs like JAXA. So if like in years the economy is dwindling out. So how will you stabilize the ore consumption and finish good manufacturing?
Answer.
So first of all, being a developed nation, Japan understands the fact regarding production and responsible consumption. So we tend to reduce our impact and achieve carbon neutrality by 2030 as amongst our topmost priority. And understanding the fact of our resource scarcity, Japan is a island that has restricted land capacity. Therefore, that means that the capacity and the resources we have are going to be limited. Therefore, it is utterly important for us to sustain the needs of our population. Therefore, we rely on importing those ores. Therefore, our population can have a prosperous life.
A second question from the team.
Understanding the fact that China to this day is amongst the topmost nations that accommodates a large numbers of industries, that also comes with the burden that China still is yet to address, that is global warming. The industries in China emit amongst the topmost levels of CO2 compared to any nation. Therefore, this reckless act and careless nature of China further reaffirms the global stage that they still do not have the courtesy to come towards the global stage to find a sustainable solution targeting the CO2 emission.
Also, will abide by using the derogatory words such as reckless or terms like that. We are in an institutional conference, so we won't use words like that. Answer.
Okay, so for my answer, I will say that China acknowledges that it has a lot of carbon footprint. I agree. But it has committed to achieving neutrality by 2060, and it is reducing its carbon footprint consistently. You know, solar panels, solar and green energy especially has been reducing the amount of greenhouse gases produced by China. Clean energy especially has China produces enough clean energy to power Japan, and saying that it is reckless with its energy and producing a lot of greenhouse gases is wrong because it's neutralizing. China is one of the world's biggest industries, and hence it will take some time to reduce.
Okay, that's a question from this side now. Second question.
What policy promotes water waste segregation in Japan? And keeping in mind of the marine life, how does Japan combat marine pollution?
One answer.
Yeah. The law of promotion of segregation of specific items in specific areas that has been enacted in 1995. It is like, it works like there is rule that if you see some garbage in the ocean and you have the capability to remove it right now, then you have to remove it. This is why Japan has one of the least amount of marine pollution in context with other large nations or developed nations like China and USA. So Japan. So Japan is also making many more policies and creating ships like creating many advanced technologies which include ships like the garbage eater, which removes garbage from ocean floors and the ocean surface and disposes it into the land area where it is recycled.
Last third question. No, answer was complete.
So my question here is, 78% of Japan's economy runs on finished goods, and its imports of fossil fuels is increasing by around 147% per annum. And this, as you have explained, has a resource scarcity in your country. There's a resource scarcity. So how does Japan develop on reducing imports but still maintaining at a limit that it's self-conservative and it is self-sufficient?
So Japan has been importing lots of resources because if you check before 2011, Japan's 30% energy mix was made up of nuclear fission. There was not much import, but due to the disaster of Fukushima, we had to rely on imports. But now we are investing highly on research and development, and we have developed one of the solar panels with the highest capacity in the world and floating wind farms that can resist high tides. So we are now planning to harness the offshore winds of our nation because we have a lot of shore. So we will implant various types of windmills that are capable of producing high powers, and by 2030 we are expecting that we will reduce our import by about 90% for energy generation and make our energy green energy about 60%, and by 2050 we will have zero emission in energy generation and zero imports.
Last question from this side, third question.
China lacks in renewable energy, and also energy source is unsustainable. Can China address this problem?
First of all, China does not lack in sustainable energy. China is one of the world's leading producer of solar energy. They have put solar panels in the Gobi Desert, and furthermore, you cannot say that we are neglecting green energy because China has made windmills. It has powered in sustainable energy. In fact, there are some cities like Sichuan that run on 98% solar panels during the summer, and they still run on around 56% solar power during the winter. So calling it neglecting is actually not correct.
Okay, thank you. This section is done. We move on to Ukraine and Russia for the last section of the debate. First question from the Ukrainian side.
In your speech, you mentioned the Minsk agreement, while Russia had illegally broken that by annexating Crimea. Also, in your speech, you mentioned how you want to maintain the friendship globally, but this line clearly doesn't support the number of treaties that have been broken by Russia. If I have the permission to name the treaties.
Sure.
The Conventional Forces in Europe Treaty, the Open Skies Treaty, the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, the Chemical Weapons Convention, the Geneva Conventions, the Convention Against Torture and Other Cruel, Inhuman or Degrading Treatment, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights.
Okay,
what would you like to say about that?
Sorry to interrupt you. The starting mentioned MINT something, right?
The Minsk Agreement.
Full form of MINT.
No, that is the name of the agreement.
That's it.
It was an agreement between Ukraine, Russia, Germany and France on friendship.
Sure. Answer.
As you said, the Minsk agreement was signed by Russia and Ukraine, but the Crimean population wanted to join Russia because they were ethnic Russians and Russian-speaking population, so they willingly wanted to join Russia. That's why Russia voluntarily violated the Minsk agreement, and yeah, that's it.
Sir, can I have the chance to debate?
No, we are shorting of time. Second question from this side.
What is Ukraine's stance on the ceasefire violations reported by the OSCE in the conflict zones, and how is it ensuring compliance with the ceasefire agreements?
The civil society organization, the CSOs, have been vital in providing aid
advocating for vulnerable groups, and ensuring accountability in Ukraine. Significant financial, humanitarian, and military aid from international partners has bolstered Ukraine's resilience, and we are willing, and as we will need help, as most of our infrastructure as well as all our factors have been destroyed by the war. And the spirit of volunteerism has driven efforts in providing aid, supporting the military, and aiding reconstruction. So we, while other countries are willing to help us, we are with the CSO's agreement that has been passed.
Sure. Next question.
So, in your speech, you mentioned that you want to ease relations with NATO. To mention, our relations with NATO was the major reason why the war had begun. So, that began with the illegal annexation of Crimea. So, why are you agitating the war?
Can you reframe your question once?
Just rephrase the question in short terms.
Look, in your speech, you mentioned that you want to ease your relations with NATO. But the reason why the war between your nation and our nation started was because we wanted to maintain our relations and join NATO. And you began with illegal annexation of Crimea as well. So how can you justify that?
Okay, the question is, you want to ease your situation with NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but the reason the whole thing started was because they were becoming a part of NATO. So what's the reason, and like why you want to ease up the situation, and what's agitating the war?
In the Budapest Memorandum, we signed that Ukraine will not join NATO, and because Ukraine joining NATO, we were threatened our security, so Russia started the war, and we want to ease our tensions with NATO too, and we are open to negotiations and dialogues. We want to ease our tensions with NATO to bring a stop to the war.
Next question, second question.
Okay. How does Ukraine address the concern of ethnic Russian and Russian-speaking population in Donbas region? What measures are being taken to protect their cultural and linguistic rights?
Firstly, the separatists in those areas, Donetsk and Luhansk, that areas were supported by Russia. The pro-separatists were supported by Russia, and our government never took any violence actions on them, and we are ready to help them at any time.
Just a second. You asked 2 questions, right? This team, and you asked how many questions? 2. Only rebuttals for the third question round because we have a lot of less time. That's okay. That's noted there. That's noted. Third question from this side, and this will get a rebuttal allowed.
Given Russia's permanent membership and veto power in the UN Security Council, how can the international community prevent the abuse of veto power by a country acting in violation of international law? Can you repeat the question? Okay. Given Russia's permanent membership and veto power in the UN Security Council, how can the international community prevent the abuse of veto power by a country in violation of international law? By country acting in violation of international law.
You have an option to bypass the question.
No, sir. Just a second. Bypass. Okay, so
in like Open Skies Treaty was signed between USA and Russia. It was broken by USA, and so like this war, like the current conflict between Ukraine and Russia, has been caused by major two factors: NATO's encroachment towards the west and towards the east, and the like discrimination between Russian-speaking population in Ukraine. Okay, so
am I
one rebuttal allowed, yeah.
No, I want to counter.
Yeah, rebuttal.
Yes. I think you misunderstood the question. My question was that in Russia's permanent membership and veto power in the UN Security Council, Russia has a permanent membership and veto power in the UN Security Council. But how can your country, which is violating the international laws, prevent the veto power from being abused? That was my question.
bypass.
Hello. Last question then.
Despite IAEA association in the testing base in Russia play a central role in the world, why has Ukraine attacked it?
This is the last question for the whole round, and this one rebuttal allowed if you want it.
So firstly, this is, we have only attacked your nation. This war was initially started by Russia. We hadn't put any violations against your country in any way possible. And we had attacked your country as a security defense as we do. And any country that will attack our country, we have tried peaceful negotiations and everything, but that has clearly not worked. So then, to defend our country, we needed to attack your country, and you all took illegally. You all took Crimea away from us illegally. And there was a bit of controversy in Crimea also through Russia's base.
You want rebuttal? Just one.
You said that Russia started this war, but this war came to begin because of the Euromedian protest and the violent crackdown in Ukraine. So how can you defend that?
Please, can you explain the question?
You said the Ukraine-Russian war was started by us, but it was triggered by the Euromedian protest and the violent crackdown and the ousting of the president. So how can you defend it?
So the thing is, if you're saying that it was triggered because of our past president, so our president was bribed just because our nation wanted to join EU. But your country bribed our president and they did take it, and that is why the protests began. Not because of that the war had begun. The war only began in 2014. Your nation annexed Crimea and they didn't stop this. Donbas and Luhansk was also slowly and steadily captured by your nation.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are done with this, and we have the third. Yeah, continue.
We thank our chairperson for felicitating this spontaneous debate round. This round has been a valuable learning opportunity for our students. We appreciate your contribution, sir.
The last round will be the chairperson jury round. I request our honorable chair and member of the jury to please initiate the discussion. This round will only extend for 30 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. All the best to each one of y'all. So the question goes to Team India. Are you all ready? What are the innovative solutions India has taken when it comes to healthcare?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Some of the initiative solutions taken by India are virtual hospitals, virtual hospital wards. These are based on the concept of spreading of communicable diseases such as HIV, COVID-19. As the pandemic had struck, it was causing a lot of distress in our country. With the spread of virtual hospital wards, there would be prevention in these kind of spreads. And there's also diabetes in India, which is a lot. For that, we will be setting up camps just like we did for polio. And there would be done surveys for people who have hereditary risks for type 1 and type 2 type of diabetes, which would also increase further diabetes. Thank you so much.
So this question goes to Team China. I hope you all are ready. What are the future commitments China has given? What are those? The future commitments.
Ma'am, China has promised to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060, and it has guaranteed to increase the amount of solar and renewable energy that, and has planned to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases produced. But it will follow that through after 2030, after achieving carbon peak.
My next question goes to UK, that is United Kingdom. What is the main problem for the UK education system? When it comes to education system, what is the problem they are facing?
Ma'am, can we please discuss for 2 minutes? Ma'am, the major problem that we are facing right now is the funding cuts, because due to the events of Brexit, we have reallocated our money more to the defense sector rather than education. That's the major problem.
Next question goes to Russia. What does Russia strives to promote? What are y'all promoting?
Ma'am, Russia is trying to promote natural gas energy exports, as we know that it is the largest importer of oil and gases, so we are promoting that. And like Russia is remains heavily dependent on the energy exports with estimated revenues, so from increase of 239.7 billion in 2024, and yes. Ma'am, it is also trying to promote negotiations with the ongoing wars with countries like Ukraine and Syria.
My next question goes to Ukraine. So we have international security and national security. How are they different from each other?
Ma'am, I would like to answer your question by saying international security refers to wars and things done by other countries towards Ukraine, like criticizing its actions or promoting wars, terrorists. Whereas national security refers to the security within our people, the security that we guarantee from one area of our country to another. That is like protests. That refers to national security.
My next question goes to France. How do they strengthen their education system? How you all are going to strengthen your education system?
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for your question. I would like to request my fellow delegate Janvi to answer the question.
As we have previously discussed, that there are major problems like teacher shortages, rural digital divide, like the rural areas are not getting as much as internet as the urban areas, and there is this difficult discrimination between it. So to strengthen our education system, we have a few programs. First, France is embedding AI and robotics in a program called as École du Futur, School of the Future initiative, which pairs students with industry experts for real-world problem solving. One solution. It is also decolonizing the curriculum. Starting in 2026, new modules will include contributions from historians and educators from former colonies, ensuring that our students learn a more inclusive and accurate amount of global history. Also, we have launched a scheme called Digital Education Initiative to provide schools with necessary hardware, software and training to integrate technology into the curriculum. As well as the technology is a major part in today's modern world. So in the 2015, as I said in my speech, the 2015 digital plan integrated 380,000 devices into classrooms, fostering innovation. Thank you.
My next question goes to Germany. What are the steps taken by Germany to address the challenges which they are facing?
The common challenges which our country Germany is facing are outdated infrastructure, and the proposed resolution is upgrading the infrastructure. Next is energy transition cost. This resolution is investing in green energy. Third is technological gaps, and to overcome this challenge we have supporting the innovation. Third is global economic uncertainty, and the solution for this is building global partnerships. Thank you.
Next question goes to Australia. What challenges does Australia face when it comes to health?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Answering your question, the major problems faced by the Australian government includes cardiovascular diseases along with mental illnesses such as anxiety, depression, chronic diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and mental health as well. Thank you.
My next question goes to Japan. Now we all know that there are a lot of food wastes, right? There are a lot. So what solution you have taken for what steps you all have taken?
In terms of food production or food wastage. Yeah, so basically in Japan, food wastage is amongst the major issues that we have addressed it for a fact as of now. So the solutions are as follows. Basically, Japan is trying to find out the root causes of why this food wastage is coming in the occurrence. So basically that turns, the major causes of food production is due to the lack of food security, or it is because the food is being produced in mass quantities. Therefore, Japan is investing heavily in terms of finding out the resource need of the indigenous population of the states and the prefectures. Therefore, we find out that what is going to be that total consumption of not just food grains but all other forms of resources. Therefore, we can allocate the perfect percentage of resources towards a city or a state.
My last question goes to USA. What are your critical challenges?
So our major challenges are the crumbling infrastructure, which is because of immense aging and funding gaps between it. So the steps taken by the government is the same as the enactment of the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law or Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act on 15th November 2021, which has already invested up to $568 billion in November 2024. Another major concern is the labor shortage in industry, which was mainly due to after the pandemic, but the Parliament has already addressed this issue as well and has taken many upskilling programs, which includes upskilling trainings and the use of AI for repetitive tasks, and so that manual power can also encourage as well as the critical use of AI as well. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll start with the first agenda: technology, innovation, infrastructure, and innovation, starting with the United States of America. My question is, there have been recent monopolistic judgments going on in Supreme Courts of the US between Facebook, Google, and the Supreme Court wants to divide, like some court of the US wants to divide the Google Chrome as well as the Google company and YouTube differentiated from the Google LLC. And there are many such cases in the US, same with Microsoft, Apple, and every other multinational company in the US. So just one clarification here. Is breaking MNCs the only solution to break the monopolistic practices, or there are some other solutions that the US is looking into?
We can also ensure competition and prevent harmful market monopolistics, like proper market competition. Ensure fair competition and promote the ethical use of emergency technologies.
Okay. Next question to the German delegates. Where are they? Yeah. With the rise in the regulations raised by the European Union, so from the last 5 years, the European Union has continuously increasing like all the regulations they have over social media, over censorship, over free speech, and over everything, right? If free speech and social media and other things are, and the media in general is censored so much, and the international students coming into Germany is also decreasing, the rates are also decreasing, how do you ensure that your universities have the continuous diversification in tech, as well as with the increasing regulation, there is no innovation in technology in Germany itself? How do you combat that?
By supporting the innovation, creating initiative to help smaller business access new technologies and innovation, ensuring that all industries present in Germany has tools to thrive.
Ma'am, do you understand the term regulation? Otherwise, I can explain you. So regulation means government of certain nation putting certain restrictions on companies to abide laws to some extent, right? Those are called regulations. Now, European Union has passed hell lot of like regulations to for tech companies and other media companies and everywhere. So under regulations, the tech companies do not thrive or innovate as such, and the innovation rate in Germany has been declining because of these regulations. Do you intend to remove these regulations or continue with these regulations? And how do you intend to innovate your companies in Germany?
So we intend to continue with these regulations.
Sure. Next up, we have the delegates of France. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
France, yeah. So the agenda is quality education, right? So France, the birth rates are declining and the fertility rate is declining, and your president Emmanuel Macron is attracting international students to their universities to study, and he's been giving certain subsidies and scholarships to students to come there in France and study. The two hindrances to it: first is you have to learn French, which is an hindrance to many of the students internationally to come and to study in the France. That's point number one. And point number two, just give me the ratio of the domestic students as well as international students, and how do you intend to maintain the diversity between international and national students?
So just a minute, can we answer in a bit?
Sure, sure, sure.
Yes, so sir, as you mentioned the first point that it is mandatory for them to learn French. So there are actually France is investing in various bilingual education programs. If you see, to particularly overseas territories, and if you see, there are a lot of immigrants coming in France to learn. There are a lot of immigrant heavy areas. So France is implementing a lot of education programs in that, and there are regional languages like Creole and Berber, which are alongside French. They aim to empower students to succeed academically without feeling disconnected to their original roots or ethnicity.
Thank you. Next, we have the delegates of United Kingdom. Where are they? Yeah. So, with the recent rising tensions in the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister not able to solve all the issues between the communities, and rape cases increasing and everything increasing at its high peak. And there is a distress between the university students as well, because university students are directly linked to this protests that happen. So with these tensions happening, how do you ensure that your universities keep working and student protests and everything doesn't harm the ongoing education of the country, and the political situation doesn't harm the education system of the country?
Sir, we'll come back to you after 2 minutes of discussion.
Sure.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
So one of the solutions for that can be privatization of universities, as the major issues are in public means if the universities are regulated by the government, then obviously the political issues will obviously hamper the education. So one solution can be to privatize them, and to discuss about the marginalized students, as the prices will obviously rise. For them, we can keep some reserved seats.
Delegate, don't you think privatizing the institutions and the colleges and the universities would increase these rates of distress? Reason being, if the universities are given to a private hand, suppose Elon Musk buys a university there, or is a board of member there, or has a certain share in some university, his thoughts and beliefs will also affect the university's thoughts and beliefs. So don't you think the rates will rather increase than decrease while we privatize these universities?
So that's a correct point, but we can find some corporations which do not involve in government activities.
That's okay. Thank you. Next up, we have the delegates of India, good health and well-being. Okay, delegates of India, you mentioned about the Ayushman Bharat card and everything in your speeches. That was good. But the question still remains. Most of the rural part of India still doesn't get the healthcare access as of now, right? From pregnant ladies to senior citizens, they are lacking still the healthcare in the system. Also, with that, the healthcare professionals, especially doctors, are not being given enough security. From West Bengal to Maharashtra to Kerala to every state of the country, the doctors are in distress and they're not getting proper security in the workplace they work, especially the government workplaces, the government hospitals, the government clinics. They're not being giving proper security, and they have written certain statements to Supreme Court and other medical bodies of India. How does the government of India, so two questions, how does the government India work towards the healthcare of the rural area who are not financially well? Second question, how does the government of India secure the securities of the doctors so they come to the workplaces daily and do their jobs?
So let me continue answering your first question, which is how do we focus more on the rural areas? So where roads can't reach, Indian Railway has reached. And we have 2 lifeline expresses in India which goes to particular rural area, and it has all facilities such as surgery rooms, doctor consultants, etc. So we are planning to build more of them, providing more structural and beneficial, and the Ayushman Bharat.
Sir, one question here. So if you're mentioning trains as a lifeline support system there, for example, there is a situation there, someone has got some stroke or some attack, and the lifeline train is not currently available. It will arrive or depart at a specific period of time or at a specific time, right?
So you mentioned pregnant women's
example, as senior citizens or pregnant women's example, right? So in spontaneous situations, how would the clinical treatment would be given?
Okay, so coming to your next question, which is how will the clinical treatment will be given? So in the state of Telangana, there's a very broad network of highway, and there are specific lanes for ambulances, and Telangana has won several world awards for it, and we are working more over the other states which will provide these facilities.
Okay, sir, thank you. Also the next question.
Can you remind me?
The next question was securities of doctor.
Securities of doctor. So in particular, India has many private medical hospitals. So over there, people are doing PG, which which we think that we should provide a compulsory rural service for them, which will lessen the workload of private senior doctors.
Okay, thank you, delegate. Next up, we have the delegate of Australia for the same topic. Australia has been seeing a decline in their life expectancy recently, and the obesity rates are rapidly increasing in Australia with the consumption of sugar or sugar-related products and unhealthy eating. And the government has not recently launched any program for a healthy consumption or something, or tariffs on the unhealthy consumption. How do you intend to stop these rates at the same time? Pardon? Sure.
So you said that Australia's life expectancy has been experiencing a decrease.
Like the indigenous people, like there is a sleep decrease. Okay, move on from the data. Just answer the second question of the
You said
obesity rates.
Life expectancy in Australia.
Just answer the obesity rates question.
Obesity rates, you said that Australia has not recently developed any strategy to tackle obesity, as a lot of majority of the population are obese. So Australian government recently developed the national obesity strategy, which is a 10-year framework to create a supportive, healthy environment and empower Aussies to stay healthy and improve access to early intervention and care. And the National Preventive Health Task Force recommend reducing exposure to marketing and unhealthy foods and beverages, increasing the availability of healthier options.
Thank you, Delegate. We move on to Russian Federation for peace and security. Okay. Moving on from the generic questions about you already these TTs and stuff. I would like to know the action of plan coming forward. Just forget the stuff like everything happened in the past. Action of plan of how do you intend to conclude this war, with what intentions, when will this war conclude, and with the Trump administration coming in, would you like the Trump administration to interfere in this war and give specific solutions, as your president, Mr. Vladimir Putin, has affirmated that he is okay with Trump coming in and giving in a suggestion and declaring a peace treaty between Ukraine and Russia with some terms and conditions specified. So how do you intend to conclude the war, and on what terms?
Sir, can we get 2 minutes?
Sure. Yes, ma'am. Only Ukraine, then China and Japan. Done.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. We are ready to do the negotiations with the Ukraine, and we would like the Trump to interfere in it, because it helps in maintaining a peace in the war in the global world also. And we will do the peace by doing the mission weapon powers that will be back from the Ukraine. And we want certain parts of Ukraine.
So the terms are like having certain part of Ukraine as your part of territory.
No. We want a guarantee that the people in the Donbas region are not facing discrimination.
On basis of what?
So, because they are Russian-speaking population, they are facing discrimination. every day.
Thank you, Delegate. Next up, we move on to Ukraine. Recently, now coming on to Vladimir Zelensky, he being a character in himself, has taken a lot of aid from the US as well as NATO in terms of capital, in terms of missiles, in terms of arms and ammunitions, and he doesn't intend to stop that. And at the same time, he's giving a peace message continuously, and escalating the wars at the back end. And okay, the question is, as the Trump administration comes in, what are your plans to conclude the war? As they mentioned their terms, the jury would like to know your terms of ending the war and what terms you would end. And if the terms are not agreed by the Russian delegate, what are the next steps are you considering to take forward?
Can we take 2 minutes for discussion?
Sure. We have to wind up by 1:30, so if you can make it fast, then it will be good. Guys, can we wrap it up? We are done with the 1 minute.
Okay, so first, one of our first most required and the most strong point that we would put forward, that Russia will not be able to capture any parts of Ukraine, and as mentioned by the Russian delegation, that Russian-speaking population was discriminated in Ukraine. I don't think that has happened. I would like them to provide instances if they know some, because that has never been the case by our end. And when Trump comes in, we want peaceful negotiations without any war. And one of the one association that we want, that Russia will never attack Ukraine when it comes to such security issues. And we have been ready for peaceful negotiations since quite some time, and we do not want any more destruction all throughout Russia, Ukraine, or any other country around the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have the delegates of Japan. Japan. As like from the last 4 years, like from a major period of time, Japan has been exporting a major production of cars to the United States of America, with a lot of tariffs and tax duties were lessened in the last 4 years. But with the new government coming in, they have announced tariffs and custom duties on the products all over the world coming into their country. Their term is you manufacture there. How would you ensure that your company stay in your country and produce all the products like such as cars in your country rather than moving abroad in the USA, because they'll then have to face tariffs anyway. So it's profitable for them to go to the US and produce, but it's profitable for you to let them stay here in your country and produce. So how are you combating this production thing and as well as tariff thing? And the same question goes for China itself. So you also prepare your answers within 2 minutes.
So, our country, Japan, will be trying to make new policies that will make it easier to acquire materials in Japan itself. We will also be reducing the costs and taxes in our country so that they stay here. For them, if it is profitable, we can accept a little bit little less profit. But it's better than giving all the profit to US than getting a little loss. So we will be making the tax less. We will also try to negotiate with the US to reduce the tax. So that's what our plan is.
Sir, on the tariff round, like, how are you like looking forward to combat the upcoming tariffs from February?
So we will be trying to negotiate, and then we will also be we will be trying to negotiate there, and we will be making it easier that if they are getting the tariffs, they are getting materials at lower tariffs, then definitely.
Thank you,
it will
Delegate.
happen.
China, with the same question, please answer.
So could we get a minute?
30 seconds because we are running short of time.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. For better understanding, can you please repeat the question?
Question is divided into two parts. First is, how are you aiming to plan keeping your domestic company in China itself rather than they moving abroad somewhere else to manufacture to get tax benefits? Second question is, how are you able how are you planning to combat the tariff war up in coming in February?
Sir, China is the manufacturing hub. It's like the industrial king of the world. So like many countries from outside come in China. There are very rare cases that goes outside. And for the next question, I would like Atava to answer it.
So as you have said, US is imposing tariffs on incoming imports. So I would like to say that we have to counter the tariffs by making policies in such a way, and we have to make it so that it's in the better interest of the companies to stay in the locality. And like if it's a domestic company, if it's a Chinese company, it should stay. It should have benefits from that, from staying in China.
What are the terms of the policies you mentioned? Like, you intend to promote a policy. So what will be the policy to keep the companies domestic and giving them higher profits as well as to the company as well as the government?
So China is already extremely cheap to manufacture in. So we won't be able to cut our costs as entirely, but we will be able to reduce the amount of tax, and we would make it in better interest for them.
Thank you, Delegate. So we are conclude with the round 3.
Thank you, jury, for the questions. Let's take a little break for lunch. Everyone, we will be meeting at 2 o'clock.
Country profiles over there, so you can just have a look at it. And yesterday position papers I had right. But I think you can have lunch now. You can have lunch and then you will catch up.
Children, make sure 2 o'clock you all are back here for prize distribution. Please do not delay. Please proceed for lunch now.
kindly inform the principals also to join immediately. Backstage, if anyone is there, ask them to come back. Pavan, please see that backstage if anyone is there. And ask all the principals also to join immediately.
Good afternoon, children. How is it going? Enjoyed? What was the takeaway from this session? Lot of learnings, lot of exchange of ideas? Yes? Okay. So before we move ahead to the much awaited part of the program, that's the prize distribution. Unfortunately, our jury members are in a hurry. So we would like to felicitate them. But before that, we would like to have their feedback as to how was their experience dealing with our Narayana students. So over to Ms. Nazneen.
Well, what I have observed, y'all are the best. So whatever y'all have done is, I know y'all have done it from your heart. A lot of hard work it must have taken. So it was very good, and that's it. I just want to say all the best. May the best one wins.
Hi everyone, myself Shivam, as you know, and they have said a lot about me. So my experience was good. So just few pointers here. The MUN simulation. Hello. Yeah. So the MUN simulation that we were hearing is quite different what happens at the times, and this was best for this environment and with the limited number of students here. You all were really, really good in a team-spirited manner. That's we call Esprit Day. Also, like we all can improve a lot, of course, on the improvement part. Second thing, any conferences or any institutional conferences you go, just like keep in mind, never use personal pronouns. Never use any kind of derogatory terms that cannot be used in a formalized manner between teachers and institutions that you're participating in. Third thing is, when you're speaking, just stand straight, and like if you don't even know the answer, but if you speak with confidence, that adds a lot of value to your answer itself, right? So if, for example, if I don't know the data, but I just speak up the answer, what I think and what the normal policies are, that looks like a concrete answer. So just focus on that. And you all were really, really good. And there were some delegates, will not take names, but they were really, really good on what MUN standards are based upon. And I wish you all the best for your future MUN journey. And I wish that you all, like for the next academic year, ma'am will be taking you, Vandana ma'am, just go in different institutions and attend MUNs outside of the school. So you'll get a gist like what MUN really is. There are a lot of good conferences from Oxford, Harvard, and IITs here itself. So they just come down to India in the month of August and October. If you have the opportunity and if your parents allow, like convince them and just attend these conferences, and you'll really get a gist of what MUN is. And wish you all the best. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dignitaries, for the amazing feedback coming from your end. I now request Syed sir to kindly come on the dais and felicitate our respected jury members. Come on, delegates, a big round of applause. Children, we don't have to stop clapping. Come on. Children, I told you all something. Thank you, Ms. Nazneen. Thank you. Okay, so moving ahead with the award criteria. I request Syed sir to kindly stay back. Okay, moving ahead with the first award criteria. Okay, moving ahead with the first round, that's the best delegate. I always believe in guesses. Any guesses which country is going ahead? Ukraine? What about others? Germany? Others? France? Okay, you all are incorrect. The first delegate, in fact, there's a tie. So we have two delegates representing India. That's Parth Bhalla, first position. Purva Kadam from India, first position. I request principal and the soft skills trainers to kindly come on the stage. Can I have the socials and the English teacher as well? Andheri branch, please. We have Parth Bhalla and Purva Kadam. India is a country bagging in first position. Okay, moving ahead for the second prize. That goes to Sanskruti Joshi from France. Sanskruti Joshi from France bagging in second position, but to your surprise, we have a tie on the second position as well. Sanskruti Joshi from France. I request principal, soft skills trainer, English and the SS teacher to kindly come on the dais. Purva Kadam from India. Andheri branch, please come on the stage. Yeah. Sanskruti Joshi from France, Pune team.
I request that it is not required to call the names. Along with the student, the team members who are here, ask them to join. Even I request Kiran sir, please join for this. So that means along with the, branch, whomever that means, accompany with the students, please join for the photograph.
For France team. Come on, children. Congratulations to Pune, France team.
Bagging in second position, we have from Ukraine, that's Itashi Somaya from Borivali Olympiad. Itashi Somaya from Ukraine, bagging in second position since it's a tie. We don't have to stop clapping, children. You all deserve it very well. Come on. Moving ahead with the third position, that's again a tie. So we have Prisha Ramani from Australia banging in third position. That's from branch Thane. I request all principal, vice principal, soft skills trainer, English and SS teacher. Congratulations. We have another member that's from the UK team bagging in third position. That's Lakshya Manuja from Ulhasnagar branch. I request everybody to kindly come on the dais. I believe lunch is not sufficient. I don't see that enthusiasm and the zeal coming out. Come on, you all are the MUN delegates. Moving ahead with best country debate, I request Arun sir and Pawan sir to kindly come on the dais for the prize distribution. Thank you, Syed sir and Kiran sir. Moving ahead with best country debate. Any guesses? Russia? Ukraine? Come on, what about others? No confidence in your debate? India? France? Australia? Unfortunately, none of these are mentioned over here. The first prize goes to China. That's the team Dombivli. Best country debate to team China. There are five. There are five. Huh? Congratulations, Team China. You all come this side. All. Congratulations once again, Team China. Moving ahead, best country debate, bagging in second position. It goes to Team Germany. That's, I believe, Kalyan branch. Team Germany bagging in second position as the best country debate. I request soft skills trainer and whosoever is available from Kalyan branch to please join. Second position. Moving ahead for the third position. Come on. Now this time I want a right guess. Third position goes to Team UK as the best country debate. That's Ulhasnagar team. Team UK.
It will be really unfair.
No.
You want, please keep it this time. Please.
I understood, madam. Please, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Pawan sir. I request Ram sir to kindly come on the dais. Moving ahead with the best resolution, responsible consumption and production. We had 2 countries participating. Whom do you think was better? For responsible consumption and production, it goes to Team Japan. That's Borivali Techno team. I request everybody from Borivali to kindly come on the dais. Responsible consumption and production, Team Japan. एक साथ ही दे दो सबको सर एक साथ ही दे दो फोटोग्राफ कॉमन ले लो हाँ दे 5 Congratulations, Team Japan. Sonia, do one. Moving ahead with the next agenda, that's peace and security. We had 2 participating countries. It goes to team UK, that's Borivali Olympiad. UK. Peace and security. Sorry, Ukraine. Look, Ukraine is Borivali Olympiad. Congratulations, Team Ukraine. Australia, but we move ahead with India as the best resolution for the good health and well-being. That's Team Andheri. I request everybody to please come on the stage. Industry and innovation. We have USA, that's Team Nana Sapara. Congratulations, Team US. Innovation goes to the country US, that's the Team Nana Sapara. Moving ahead to the last agenda, that's quality education. Let me give it to you all straight. That goes to the country France, and that's Pune team. I request Deepa ma'am and Jaya and the others to kindly come on the stage. Moving ahead with the second position, ranking in best position paper goes to Team Russia. That's behind her, the host plant. I request principal and all the concerned professional trainer and nurses and teachers to kindly come on, guys. most best one. Undoubtedly, it goes to France. That's the team Pune.
आ रहा है शार्क टैंक इंडिया का नया
put a lot of efforts. Undoubtedly, it was very different, and I don't know if it was children's thought process or principals or the art and craft teacher, but undoubtedly very good project. Teamwork. That's a diplomat answer. Moving ahead with another country profile that goes to the host branch, that's Russia, Team Mahinder. Team Russia, that goes to Mahinder branch. I request Madhuri ma'am and Kiran sir to kindly come up, guys. Congratulations Team Russia. Moving ahead, best country profile that goes to Team Ane, Australia country. I request Jaya ma'am, Vidya ma'am and Deepa ma'am to kindly come and guys the prize distribution. Country Australia, that's the team Thane, getting in the best country profile. Identified best 5 countries, though there were 11 participating countries, but keeping in mind the students' efforts, so that's the reason we have come up with best top 5 rather. So the other one to bag in the best country profile is country Ukraine, that's Borovili Olympiad. Congratulations country Ukraine. please, let's move ahead with the last country, that's country Germany from Kalyan as the best country profile. Congratulations, Germany.
Your prizes should be that mean in front of you. That mean beautifully you need to. We'll see how you are going to arrange properly so that all your prizes can reflect. No water bottles, nothing on the stage. Everything reflects. I believe that means France and Russia arranged properly. Still, in one order in the entire row. Ukraine, that means they don't want to keep it for show. Germany also. There is a little gap. I believe India, that means they are not sharing for anyone. There is a gap. That's great.
I now request Syed sir to kindly felicitate Sukriti ma'am, the host principal. Come on children, you very well deserve it. I request all the principals to kindly come on the stage and felicitate Syed sir. Sushil sir to make this event a grand success. Thank you once again. I now request Kiran sir to please come on the dais and request Syed sir to felicitate him.
continuously they are one or other program they are involved in, and they are making the programs grand success. My special thanks to the team also. Sushil sir, convey my special thanks to entire Didi, Didis and Thais. Really they did a really good job. And entire find that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Your words means a lot to us. So thank you, children, once again. But yes, the learning does not stop over here. Do not think that you'll have won the prizes or won the battle. No, there's still a lot more to go. But I've already got the feedback from juries. You don't have to stop here. Keep thinking, be productive. Do not waste your time in unnecessary activities. Invest your time in something which will help you all in future. So thank you to all the principals for putting in so much of efforts in the MUN students, and my special thanks as Sayed sir mentioned goes to the behind the team, Naveen sir, Sushil sir, Arun sir, and of course Supriti ma'am. So thank you once again. I now hand over Amit to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As we end the MUN conference today, I am filled with gratitude and awe for every one of you who made this event truly unforgettable. You all deserve a big round of applause. Come on, I said big. To all our amazing delegates, I am so proud of the passion, creativity, and dedication you brought to the table. Your energy was something different. Your commitment to making a difference in the world inspires us all. To all my incredible soft skills trainers, thank you for pouring your hearts and souls into guiding our students through the ups and downs of diplomacy, public speaking, and negotiation. Your expertise, patience, and encouragement made all the difference. To our fabulous English and social science teachers, we could not have done it without you. Your support, guidance, and encouragement helped our students grow into confident, articulate, and empathetic individuals. To our visionary principals, thank you for believing in the power of experiential learning and giving us the freedom to create this unforgettable experience. Your leadership and trust mean the world to us. To our respected R&D head, Sayed sir, thank you for organizing and overseeing this event to ensure things went seamlessly today. Your support and guidance is truly commendable, sir. Thank you once again. To our respected DGM Naveen sir, AGM Arun sir, Sushil sir, and the entire team of organizers, volunteers, and the tech support staff of the host branch, you are the literal unsung heroes. You worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event a seamless success. I am forever grateful to your efforts. Also, not to forget to the parents of all the delegates present here. My heartfelt gratitude to them all for being so supportive and encouraging your words. Last but not the least, to the esteemed chairperson and the jury members. They took time out from the busy schedules to join us today here. So a thanks goes to them as well. Now as we bid farewell to this MUN conference, we take with us memories of new friendships, knowledge gained, and perspectives broadened. We are proud to have been a part of this enriching experience, and we cannot wait to see the impact it will have on our lives and the world around us. Thank you once again. That's all. Thank you.